Reekin Havoc.
Reekin Havoc.
News, interviews, and more.
We just reek of Huntsville Havoc hockey.
Welcome to Reekin Havoc Live, direct from Stahl Bierhaus on South Parkway in Huntsville. Don't go away. Reekin Havoc Live is next.
The Reekin Havoc Podcast.
There's always something fresh pouring at Stahl Bierhaus in Huntsville. Our taproom's curated draft list spans everything from local favorites to at least 3 authentic German imports at all times. Our bottle shop features a massive collection of over 450 craft beverages, as well as gluten-free and non-alcoholic treats. Check out the coffee house for a fresh breakfast, midday meal, or family dinner. Stahl Bierhaus, 7914 South Parkway in Huntsville, open 7 days a week. Stahl Bierhaus, the official away watch party spot for the Huntsville Havoc.
If you'd like to find the way to a healthier, more flexible you, look no further than Stretch Zone, practitioner-assisted stretching to help you achieve your wellness goals. The Stretch Zone method will help you gently and gradually increase your active range of motion with an approach tailored specifically to your needs. From basic back stretching exercises to sciatic nerve stretches, give them a try with a free 30-minute session. Stretch Zone, locations in Athens, Madison, Huntsville, Decatur, and Rogersville. Visit them on Facebook or online at stretchzone.com.
One of the worst feelings you can have is that of being stranded. Well, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair makes that a thing of the past with 24/7 towing services and roadside assistance in the northern Alabama and southern Tennessee areas. But that's not all. They also offer truck and trailer repair, mobile welding, brake service and repair, new and used tires, and other major and minor repairs. Their name says it all. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. For 24/7 response, call 497-8234. That's 497-8234. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair.
This is Tyler Pissantini, and you are listening to the Reekin Havoc Podcast.
Welcome to the Reekin Havoc Podcast. We are live this week for the first time at the Stahl Bierhaus. We've got Tim Lambert, Catherine Wistoff, Freak Daddy is here, and tonight in the slot we've got Alex Kielczewski. Welcome, Alex.
Yeah, happy to be here. Thank you.
I'm Laura Pitts, and we are excited to be here doing something a little different occasionally at the beer house. So, yeah.
Yep, we're going to be
exciting.
Kind of recapping this past weekend, talking about what's coming up, obviously talking with Alex and Clay, trying some food, trying some drinks.
Yep. All the different stuff.
I'm excited for this pizza.
Yeah, we've got some pizza. We've got some really cool player pizzas that are down here. We're going to talk about those. I think Chad, who is over at the beer house, is going to stop by and kind of give us an idea of what they offer. And if you don't know it, the Stahl Bierhaus is the official Havoc watch spot, and we've got 6 games coming up where we're not going to be at the Von Braun, and that's kind of sad. I don't know about you, but I'm struggling thinking that I have to wait till the 20th to kind of figure out my ticket situation and get myself to the Von Braun. So the good news is, though, at the Stahl Bierhaus, you have an option to come watch the game. I think you get points for it. Word on the street is if you wear your Havoc gear, you get some percentages off on your meal. Catherine and I can attest that the food is great, so we'll talk about that a little bit more in later. But yeah, we're here. Freak Daddy, Alex, how are things going in y'all's line of work?
You want me to go first? You go ahead.
What have y'all been up to? It's been midweek. What's going on?
I'm ready for the break.
Okay.
I mean, for me, it's. Because it's, unlike the hockey players, they have a life. Not saying you don't have a life, but you don't have everything else that's going on. So my world with a wife and son that plays football and all that kind of stuff and travel football and 7-on-7s, and then you have hockey games in the middle of it. It's just my world. I need a stunt double. It's one of those things where
we need like Freak Daddy and like mini Freak Daddy.
Yes, right? I just need just somebody that will, just fill in just for a little bit. So yeah, I was excited today. My son's supposed to have a 7-on-7 tournament in Atlanta. And I don't know if have you been affiliated at all with 7-on-7s at all?
Well, I mean, you just said Atlanta, and it made me cringe because I know about driving to Atlanta.
Well,
so,
gosh, this is going to be recorded, so I got to be really careful. Or it's live, but it'll be where people can hear it. Outside of high school wrestling, 7-on-7 is probably the most unorganized thing I've ever been to in my life. And if anybody knows anything about me, like, you want to really rattle me, break the organization or be completely unorganized.
Yeah.
Like, this I'm fine. Like, it doesn't have to be organized for come eat pizza and drink beer or whatever. That doesn't bother me. But if it's unorganized. So, like, prime example, 7-on-7, I'm planning going to Atlanta, wife's out of town, got to get a hotel room, looking at things. I was about ready to get I usually I get the hotel room way in advance, but I didn't even have the location where the 7-on-7, so I hadn't done it yet. And luckily I didn't, because just out of the blue, the coach messaged my son and says, 7-on-7's in Huntsville this week, not Atlanta. And I'm like, if I'd have booked this hotel, I would have killed.
Oh, my God.
I would have killed. So I'm needing the break, but I got to fill it with things that don't stress me out. And right now, I'm not doing very good a job at it.
Dodged a bullet.
Right. No, 100%. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Not have to go to Atlanta and, not only watch football, but, fight for my life or whatever.
Yeah.
If you didn't want disorganization, you shouldn't have come here.
Oh, well, I'm saying I'm not going to.
Kind of, yeah.
You say beer and pizza, and
beer,
you should be able to get guests anytime you want.
Hockey. I mean, we should be pretty good on that. Yeah. Alex, what has your life been like? It's been a hot minute since not only have we talked to you, but since we've seen you on the ice, and I know you've probably got some stuff going on. What's your life been like?
It's been great. Just kind of enjoying settling down here in Huntsville. I moved, so that was a big step last October. We moved to a house about 10 minutes south of here, so that's nice. Work's been easy. Same thing. I'm a threat analyst for a defense company called Astrion.
Yeah.
And realistically, it sounds cooler than what it is.
I doubt that.
No. Essentially, my wife likes to call me the drone specialist because that's a pretty big part of my job is just knowing about drones. So, as far as work goes, pretty simple. I enjoy it because that's what I went to school for.
Yeah.
Defense and that type of stuff. Other than that, just every Sunday, going to the practice rink over here and playing some beer league.
What are you doing in the beer league world?
Nothing too special, I'll tell you that.
Are you on a particular team?
Yeah.
They drafted you? Was there like, we have to have Alex, you can't have Alex? How did
you have to be hated in the beer league?
For sure.
No, I don't try as hard as you
Okay, because I was going to say, the guy that's like just did the learn to skate and loves hockey, and he just now got to where he can balance himself, and all of a sudden it's like, and former Havoc hockey player, come in and ruin my life.
Slap shot everything if it has to be.
I do have a funny story. So I didn't know anybody down here when I first moved down, and I wanted to play beer league because I wanted to stay playing hockey. So I saw on the site, they're like, you can't sign up for the league without going to an evaluation skate. So
how'd you do?
Darn, that just tells me I can't play beer league hockey.
It was fun for me.
Right.
It was a lot of like learn to skate, older guys, C division, D division. So it was fun, but yeah, the coach that ended up drafting me, in a sense, who just was like, yeah, you're on my team after the skate.
The ringer in the beer league, right?
Yeah. So I play for the Salty Buffaloes.
Okay.
A lot of the teams from Buffalo, New York. So that's why they named it that. And it's fun. Great group of guys.
Awesome.
So you do lay back a little. You do.
I do.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
But I'm still competitive.
Right.
So I actually got Doug Elkstam recruited on my team.
Oh my gosh.
So now he plays with me every Sunday.
So the Buffaloes
are hated.
They're the most hated team
100%.
Hey,
wait, we're not in first place. We still lose.
There is such a really big beer hockey league here in town. It's just amazed me. We're hoping to get some guys on to chat about that too, because I think, and now that we know there's Havoc
now we know where to go.
Into it, I mean, it's like I've
had people recruit me, and I'm like, okay, hold on a second. Like, what makes you think? That's even on my wheelhouse.
I've never seen you with a pair of skates on.
I can't skate.
I mean, you can walk on that ice, but you're pretty timid.
Yeah, the first time I went with my kids, because my kids learned to skate and went up and did certain things, but I literally used the walker. I'm like, I'm out there using it to skate. But yeah, people are like, oh, it's so much fun, and and I'm like, I'm 50. Like, I like the fact that I don't have any aches and pains. I'm not doing anything. I don't go to the gym. I don't do all that stuff. It's like, I just don't do that. Like, it's not my thing.
Knock on wood.
You're still playing the same position, doing all the same stuff. Is your team any good? I mean, like, where y'all at in the standings?
So we're pretty good. There's 4 teams in A division because there's not enough guys to fill teams past that. So I mean, we're not bad. We're in 3rd place right now out of 4. So not bad. Under the halfway line.
There you go.
In Alabama terms, at least you're not Mississippi.
Yeah.
You're good, right?
What do you get in beer league? Like at the end of the season, do you win like a trophy?
Isn't there like
do you
a
win
barrel, like a keg?
So there is a trophy. So if you win it all, you get this trophy. I've actually never seen it because we lost to the first place team last year.
Okay.
In the first game, and then so hopefully this year I'll get anywhere close to it.
Well, you're going to have to play at your full potential so you can come back with the trophy and we can see the trophy.
So play mediocre all the way until like the tournament.
There you go.
Yeah.
Go all out.
It's sometimes. I mean, our game next Sunday is at 10:30 p.m.
I was going to ask about that. The games are so late. I mean, are there anyone other than like your family, or are your family members even there? Or is it just you guys out there playing?
No.
Nobody's there.
Yeah, nobody. I mean, the late games for sure. I mean, last 2 weeks was at 4 p.m. So my wife came to both of those, and that's same with probably most of the guys. If they have significant other or family, they come unless they don't want to, obviously. But the 10:30 game, I'm not making my wife come. She knows that. She's in bed by then, way past her bedtime.
Well, I would think, like, knowing from other things, like, would you want to keep the fact that you played for the Havoc on the down low? Because I would think you would have that guy that played high school hockey, didn't go to college, thinks he's better than he probably is.
And you're out there skating around
right.
going.
And they have that one chance. It's like the boxer. You're at a bar and the guy's like, I could whoop him, And
in the back of your head, you're like, I've competed in some SPHL championships, been to some playoffs.
Yeah, that's the issue with 4 teams. By now, they know who we are. Yeah. So they play.
You'd be their Super
hard.
Bowl moment.
Yeah,
hey, I took him out.
They play extra hard against us. I'm telling you.
I can see that.
Getting chased down on the ice on a Sunday at 10 p.m. Guys skating full speed. I'm like, all right, what am I doing here?
If they're playing beer league in Huntsville and they don't know a Havoc player,
true. It depends on how much beer they drink.
Is there?
They don't know they're even at the ice flakes.
That's a good question. Is there a lot of beer drinking happening at the beer hockey game? How does that? Are you drinking it between periods or?
So technically, the rink doesn't allow you to have beer in the locker rooms.
Okay.
Technically.
That's right.
He said technically.
Technically was with also quotation marks for those of you who can't see.
So if you're running the rink and you hear this, we don't do it. We don't have beer in the locker rooms.
I think it should be a part of the thing. Like,
I mean, to me,
whoever's losing at the end of the first,
I mean,
has
every
to
other
drink
rink
like a case.
Yeah, every other rink
come out.
Every other rink in America does it.
Yeah, well, it's Alabama. What do you expect?
I was a little more like, really? They don't let you drink beer in beer league. That's kind of crazy, but I think it's because they got Zambruskis up top. They don't want people drinking and then not drinking the beer.
Yeah, but it's not like you can skate up there and go get a beer between periods.
True.
I guess you could if you wanted to.
They need people to like deliver it, like waitresses.
Oh yeah.
To the bench.
You're on.
They
something
skate.
here.
They skate around the rink for you.
You're on something here.
And shots of Fireball League doesn't sound as cool.
Right.
That might be called the Stumble and Fall League.
That's hilarious.
Oh my gosh!
With you said you worked for the government. Were you impacted by the shutdown? Did all that mess with you?
Beauty of us being privately contracted is that once our contract is paid, we just work.
You just have to work.
Yeah, so we signed a new contract. Our company did last May, I believe.
Kind of protected job.
Yeah, so that was like a 6-month one, and end of September, and now I think we're fighting for another one in end of April, beginning of May.
Since you've kind of gotten into the, I'm just a normal person in Huntsville. I'm not playing. I'm not in those kinds of things. Have you done things in Huntsville that you wouldn't have normally done or been around before?
I've definitely been to a lot of places.
Yeah, were there things that like you just didn't get to do because you were a player and you didn't have those opportunities?
So the Oktoberfest in South Hall down by the BBC, got to go to that. That was really fun. Never got to be able to do it while I was playing. I think it's just mostly places. Like, I never went to places because I didn't, one, have the money, or to have the effort or time. So it's been a lot of fun exploring the gray areas that I didn't get to explore the 3 years that I played here.
Well, and one of the things that we're all about to, I guess, explore is some of this really good pizza that is sitting here. So we're going to head to a break here in a few seconds. And, we're live. The Stahl Bierhaus for our first live recording. Hope you're checking in, and we'll let you know how this pizza is.
Join the Huntsville Havoc Booster Club and help support the team and staff and promote the sport of hockey in Huntsville. Go online to havocboosters.org for more information. We'll be back with more of the Reekin Havoc podcast.
In June of 2005, our twin girls were delivered, Melissa and Ann Catherine, and they were born 14 weeks early.
Amy and Chris George talk about the Melissa George Neonatal Memorial Fund.
They both weighed less than 2 pounds. Ann Catherine was 115 and Melissa was 1'9". Melissa lived for a couple of hours, but all of the medical technology in the world just could not have saved her, and she passed away while she was in the NICU. Chris realized pretty early that God had given us a platform that we could use to try to help people. So Chris and I started the Melissa George Neonatal Memorial Fund at Huntsville Hospital.
To know that Melissa's name is living on, her legacy continues, and I think that was very important to Amy and I, is why the fund is named after her. Because for 7 weeks, Melissa fought so that Aunt Catherine would have a chance to live. And I think that we wouldn't be doing her name any justice if we didn't carry on, because we know we wanted to honor her and honor her legacy. And the community, Huntsville Havoc, the community in Huntsville itself, they've rallied around that. And it's been a wonderful support system for us. And I think for a lot of families, too, when they see total strangers that are giving.
We're online at HuntsvilleHospitalFoundation.org. Click on the Melissa George Neonatal Memorial Fund, and you can give that way.
There's no donations too small, and every dollar is just as important as the next one. And if you're giving, then we understand you're giving because you care. And that's what's important, is that we've learned over the years that people give because they care.
And you can volunteer. If you're interested in that, you can click on the volunteer tab to fill out an application. We are grateful for any type of support, because we know that once we pull those dollars together, we can do big things.
For more information on the Melissa George Neonatal Memorial Fund, visit HuntsvilleHospitalFoundation.org.
Okay, we're back here at the Stahl Bierhaus for our first live Reekin Havoc podcast. We've got Freak Daddy in here with us, and Alex Kielczewski stopped by to just kind of catch us up with some other things that are going on. Alex, what else has life been like for you? You're married now. Things are a different pace. How's that groove going?
I find it being amazing. Not one, just being married to the love of my life, my best friend.
No.
But mostly just kind of calming down. Not going to different cities every weekend, not putting my body through torture for a minimal amount of money, and not having to worry about kind of if I'm going to get hurt or what's going to happen with, technically, that would be my job. So hockey would be my job. Am I not playing good enough? Am I going to get cut? Am I going to get traded? It's nice. Job security is great. And that's kind of what has been the best part.
So, a lot of players, once they retire from Huntsville, a lot of them stick around. Do you why is that?
I think it's attributed to how we're treated here, right? Like the fans, the organization. I mean, they treat you so well. You see a stark difference while you're playing, because you have friends that play for other teams, and they're telling you how bad it is, and you're like, I can't really relate. And realistically, I got this job down here because of a fan, and I consider him a good friend now. Brian Anderson.
Oh, love him.
Yeah, he approached me my last game of the regular season, gave me his card because he listened to the first podcast we did here when I was talking about my education, and kind of said, like, hey, we we're in that realm. I just don't know if you want to do that. And the second that became a real thing, I moved down here in a week, and it was an easy decision because this place is amazing. People here are amazing. I find it great here.
Where's your family? Like other family, where are they at? How far apart are you living, making that decision, leaving family?
I mean, I moved out at 18. My dad currently lives in Florida. My brother lives in Phoenix, Arizona. And
everybody's just kind of everywhere.
Yeah, the rest of my extended family is either in Missouri, Chicago, or Los Angeles.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so and I was living in Rhode Island with my wife, so I mean, yeah, I'm very used to being away from my family, just because, and it felt normal to move because, I mean, I've been doing it for X amount of years before that, so.
Right.
Yeah, it was an easy decision.
So we were talking about beer league earlier, how you're still involved with hockey. You, for those of you that went to the school showcase, you saw that Alex was actually refereeing.
Yeah. I got some good pictures of that too. It was
yes.
Good.
First of all, I will say, I hope you didn't hear me, but I hope the kids behind me did. I did, in solidarity, have to yell "Ref, you suck" once or twice.
I wanted a whole thing. I wanted all the kids to start screaming it.
Yeah, so I did just a little, but I have to know, how is that side of it? I know, like, it's still just for fun, but, like...
Oh, yeah.
I took, one of my... I consider him, like, my little brother. I took him to the school showcase, and he's like, he's even skating like a ref. That's so funny.
Yeah, that was my first job. So my first job when I was 14, I was a referee.
Okay.
Yeah. I enjoy the ref side of things. I understand how difficult it may be. I'm going to preface that with...
before you get in the recap.
Yeah,
before we get to the
recap. This last weekend was heinous. But from a perspective of a player and used to be a referee, it's a difficult job, like, realistically. And even in the school showcase, I wasn't really doing much. I was just skating the puck around. You know?
Yeah.
If I was actually...
Either the best ref or the worst, because no penalties and a fight broke out and nothing was even done. Like, it was great.
They didn't even serve 5 minutes. They were just hey, back to the bench. No, it's definitely fun. I mean, that came about the night before. Nolan didn't want to skate, so
oh my goodness.
Stu ended up calling me. Or actually, Stu's wife talked to my wife because they're friends, and they were like, "Hey, does Alex want to referee?"
That's really funny how, I don't want to do it. We're going to find another guy.
Yeah.
Come do it.
That's incredible.
I mean, I talked to my boss. He's like, "Yeah, you can just take a long lunch." I was like, "Oh, you are the best."
That's even better.
Yeah, ended up going out. It was good to get on the skates and not be in hockey gear. So that was very nice. It's fun.
So I know that if you don't know Alex Kielczewski, for me, I started watching maybe your last year. I'm still on the new side. And so for me, that OG group of guys is that last year that you had. So, like, for me, I'm like, how do you not know who that is? I was saying something to my dad. He was like, I said, look, like, there's Killer. I think I saw you at a game. And he was like, who is that?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, my gosh, how do you not know who this is? So, have you been, I know I've seen you at some games, but are you like a regular games? Have you gotten season tickets?
Oh, yeah. So, Stu's wife, Reekin, she had 3 season tickets, so she was like, hey, why don't you and Alyssa come?
Fun.
That started last year, and then kind of just went from...
Now you're one of us.
Yeah, I like watching hockey. You know what I mean? And I do have skin in the game, and so to speak, with being a former Havoc player, so I always come and root, and it's fantastic. And that's also the beauty of people not knowing me nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, my ego's fighting it a little bit, where I'm like, I kind of want to be recognized.
He knows who you are now, I promise you that.
Good.
Do you find yourself yelling, "Ref, you suck," with the rest of us?
Oh, yeah. Because, that's the best part. Like, I know... I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I know more than the average person does when it comes to refereeing. So if I see something very blatant and it's not called, I'm like, that is why they're a ref in the SPHL and not a ref anywhere higher.
This should
because
be an recap.
Yeah.
They're not, like, it's, if you've been around the sport for long enough, you know every single penalty that can be called. You know the instances on when it should be called. If you don't call it, it's negligence on your part as a referee.
Right.
key in point what we're probably going to talk about with Saturday's game.
Cannot wait for that moment.
Oh my gosh.
Great. That's so funny.
I will say, I'm going like all over the place, but I think your interview with the podcast was maybe before my time or right after I started helping. And it was a big reason why I either started helping or like got really big into it is because all the guys are so interesting and different off the ice. Like your degrees.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know those existed. I'm grateful now.
Yeah.
But how did you get there? I'm sure it's been said, but it's been a minute.
Yeah, no, I'll give you hopefully a quick recap.
This guy's more intelligent than we probably can even comprehend at this point.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I went to school to play hockey, right? Division III up in Massachusetts. And the first thing I wanted to do with my major was I wanted to go into video game design because I'm a massive nerd. Turns out the lecture that you can't skip was during practice hours. That didn't work out. So I went to my next closest interesting thing, which was criminal justice.
Okay.
That turned into Homeland Security by the end of the 4 years. And then I turned pro, went to go play in the FPHL. That was March 8th was when I turned pro. March 13th of 2020, COVID shut everything down. So that was the day of my first game, my first pro game. So never ended up playing that. Probably a couple months went by where we were all isolated, and I got so my grades were pretty good, so I ended up getting another university reached out and said, hey, would you like to do your master's in counterterrorism? And I was like, that sounds awesome. Sounds great. I'm interested. Started that journey. Come 2021, in February, I get a call back from the team that I originally went to. They were like, hey, we might play games, we might not, we don't know. Can you come to Danbury, Connecticut and practice? So I practiced for 2 months from February to April, didn't play a single game. So at that point, I'm like, I might just be done. Like, I don't know if I can take the rejection. I'm already studying. I've been through a year of my master's. And we'll see what happens. So I'm still studying all the way till September. Get a call from Danbury, go to play a game, play those 2 games. Get a call from my friend who was on the Havoc at the time, Brian Parsons, in 2021. It's like, hey, we need a defenseman for 2 games in Roanoke. Drive 8 hours down to Roanoke, play the 2 games, and at that point, they didn't tell me if I was going to play, or if I was going to stay on the team. So I played the 2 games, and I kind of went up to Glenn. I was like, do you want me to follow the bus back, or am I going back to Connecticut?
Do you have a spot?
Essentially, yeah.
What am I doing?
Can you tow my car?
Yeah.
I don't have any money for pizza. We're at that point.
So I ended up coming back down, and luckily stayed with the Havoc for 3 years. But I finished my master's degree in playoffs of 2022. So the Roanoke playoff series, second round, my first year is when I finished my dissertation. And that was fun because
I know how those go. I've done one. They're not for the faint of heart.
No, so I was riding on the bus 8 hours the entire way there, and then we did our morning skate, and I went back to the room. Dom was my roommate. He's like, I'm going to get a nap. I was like, okay.
I'm going to write until I'm not going to write anymore. I get it.
Then I wrote until game time.
Yep.
So
wow.
Finished that, got my degree, and then my wife was gracious enough to let me keep playing for 2 years, which and making no money, even though having crippling student debt.
Same.
But yeah, it's about the gist of the story.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we were just talking about how smart he was. That didn't sound very smart.
That's pretty smart, though.
Hey, he found a wife that would let him play hockey.
That's true.
That's smart on your
That
part.
was the smart part. But there's balancing that with between games.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was balancing it between just driving 4 hours a day to work and doing normal like parenting things and stuff. I can't imagine having to go practice, come back, get back into a mindset to go play, then come back.
Yeah. It was. I would say it's difficult, but I found it a lot easier to separate the two things, like compartmentalize being a hockey player and then being a student.
Yeah.
And it was easy. Everything was due on Sunday night. So realistically, Friday, Saturday game. Hopefully we don't play on Sunday. If we did, I'd have to do the work earlier in the week. But a lot of what I did for my master's degree, I did day of. So that's not. I mean, I'm not proud of that, but that's just how
part of it.
That's how my brain was
You
wired.
clock in, you get money, you go home.
Yeah, that's how my brain was
matters.
wired. So
I love hearing that you were working on it on the bus, because when I was working on mine, I was literally hauling it into the VBC, and I know that those guys, when I would go through the metal detectors, would be like, "What is this girl doing? Bringing all these papers?" And I would sit up there and I'd highlight and read my stuff and work on my stuff between periods. So I get it. I totally get it.
yeah, actually. Forgot the head coach of Danbury at the time was Billy McCreary.
I almost wore my Hat Tricks jersey tonight. It would have been funny if I wasn't even thinking about it. Yeah.
He told me to talk to Freak Daddy when I got down here.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, Billy was,
I mean, you're the person.
Well, I've got. I mean, like I said, you talk about OG. Like I'm coming in year 2 for that, so I've seen the progression of a lot of these players and where they've gone and what they've went on to, and some of them have been, probably not the greatest stories in the world, but then you've had others that have just turned into, like what he's talking about. And I would always tell them, like when you come here, once I found out, because you have this view of what hockey is. Right?
Yeah.
So the fan has a view of every player's making hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right.
And they're the pro athlete because they've never been to Nashville. That was the thing that got me. It's like, okay, you've never been to Nashville? But there's some people that haven't. So the Havoc is their vision of the pro side of things. So they see that. Then when I started getting behind the scenes, I was like, man, these guys are really they love hockey. Because I'm thinking, when I was the vice president of the team, I went on a 3-game trip. And we were going to do this documentary. We were going to film 3 games. And here I was, the vice president, and I get there, and the first thing they say is, "We don't have a bunk for you." And I'm like, so what does this mean? Well, it means you're going to sit up front on the couch
and try to sleep.
Yes. And the front was where the air conditioning was jacked to sub-zero temperature. You know what I mean? And then you would go and you'd get to the rink and they're getting to sleep or do whatever they want to do, and I couldn't sleep. And then you get to the rink and play the game, and then the game's over. It's maybe you get a good meal, you don't know, it could be depending on what booster club or whatever it was, and then in the bus, then drive 5-6 hours to the next location.
Oh my God.
I'm not even playing, but I'm like, this sucks. This isn't fun. And I'm thinking, if I'm hurt or if I've got to get stitches back in the locker room or whatever, and you're not drinking a bunch of beer and doing, all that stuff like you would think it was. Now, there's teams that have done that.
Yeah.
But in Glenn's years, I kind of told Glenn kind of changed the guys previously were the beer drinking partiers back in the Billy McCreary days.
No way, I would not. After all I've seen on the news lately,
these guys were
about
more.
hockey.
These guys were more. They'd party, but they were more like protein shakes and really caring about their bodies and that kind of stuff. But like I said, I remember doing a 3-gamer, and I was like, how much do they get paid, and what did they do for 3 days? This was the worst experience of my life. Everybody was like, did you have fun? I'm like, no. I didn't want to do it because I didn't sleep. And like I said, you get to they're sleeping a little bit. You can't sleep. Then you get to the rink. You have to go unload all the stuff.
Is this really how it was?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And then you have to unload everything. And I'm kind of like we talked about the routine and structure kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's just out the window, And then so you get to the rink. They got to unload all their stuff. Do that because Billy or whoever the equipment manager was at the time would have to go in and start the laundry because they just played sweaty and all this stuff is there. And then you go back to a hotel at 5-6 o'clock in the morning, and then you got to try to sleep. Where I'm like, I'm awake. I can't. I mean, to me, like I said, I look at it like the semi-pro hockey athlete is probably it's probably the hardest thing. Once I saw that and I thought a road win, like our guys are getting ready to go on the road.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's not. They're not easy. It's not that they're flying the day of or the night before. It's not easy. So, to me, when people say, "Man, we don't play really well on the road," I get it.
Yeah.
But it's awful.
Your routines are messed up, and I'm sure there's no amount of anything that you tried to do to keep something normal. It wasn't.
No. This road stint they're about to go on made me happy I don't play anymore.
I was literally just getting to ask. Is hearing all this kind of reminiscent, nostalgic, or is it
extremely reminiscent?
Okay, well that's good.
I enjoyed the grind of it because I knew it wasn't going to last forever. And
Okay.
I loved hockey enough to put myself through that. But what he's describing is exactly how it was, to a T, exactly.
I mean, I came back. My wife was like, "Did you have fun?" I'm like, "No." Are you going to go on again? No, I'm never going back to another game again like that.
So, how did you keep like a mental composure then? I mean, because it's tough. There's no routine. You're sleeping on a bunk.
It's what
It's
what separates the guys that last and the guys that don't. Realistically,
Yeah.
like if you can't handle being on a bus for 10 hours to go to Peoria and play a game,
Yeah.
should you be playing?
Yeah.
Like that, and that's the thought process. Like Stu, he's got 350, 400 games. I mean, that guy's been he knows what to expect and how to get guys to expect that. But if you can't do it, you don't have a future playing for a team that wants to be great.
Yeah, and I would say too, like not that they're not on the hockey, at the ice the full time.
Yeah,
so they're not really, and a lot of things are paid for. Like he said here,
our Booster Club takes
does great
good care of
things.
y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Keith and Becky do probably far and above and beyond what everybody. So I couldn't imagine, like we talked about the Federal League, where it's like you hear the stories of the Fed League, and you're like,
we've heard a few from some stuff we're in.
It's
So
almost criminal some of the stuff that would happen back in those days. But yeah. I mean, like I said, but he, I could tell stories for days on Billy McCreary because I was, not to take up too much of his time, but like for me, I was the radio guy that somehow got, hey, do hockey. I knew nothing about hockey. So our worlds collided back in the days when they partied. Well, I was party central. Like every party happening event, from the bars, the music, the whatever, I was the connector. So the hockey players loved me because they would be like, and like my favorite story, and this will give you a good point for Billy McCreary. Billy's so much different now than what he was when he was here. But I was ruthless. Like it was actually during the Winter Olympics, and we had a beer, bourbon, and bingo is what we had, or beer bands and bingo that we had at the Madison Station. So that's on Highway 20, right? So we would play bingo. Well, Billy would come. Well, Billy had broke his his left arm. And we did a thing where we'd have a buffalo rule that if you're at some point during the night, we would switch it and say everybody has to drink out of their left hand, no matter what. And if you got caught drinking out of your right hand, you had to chug the entire drink.
Oh, wow.
Well, I'm feeding Billy like Booker's bourbon. So this is like 180 proof bourbon that I'm feeding him, right? And knowing, I was kind of a bad friend, I think. Because I'm feeding him this bourbon, and constantly, because I had the microphone, look, McCreary, Billy Mack, you're Buffalo, you got to drink it, and he's just pounding these drinks. Well, I'm doing my radio thing, right? I didn't realize he disappeared. Because I was going to be like, sure, I'll buy him it wasn't Uber. Uber didn't exist at that time, but it was get a cab or get him home or whatever. Billy's gone. Hear nothing. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have all these things of the things that you had. So we're like, oh my God. And I'm like,
it's my fault.
I've probably killed a Havoc player tonight, and I don't know where Billy Mack is.
He has left somehow, and we don't know where he is.
Here's the thing. So this tells how bad he was and how horrible I felt. So that's Madison Station. So that's Highway 20. The Havoc players at that time lived in Brittany Point Apartments, which is right across from Grissom High School, down where we are right now. Mm-hmm. So do that. That's a 30-minute drive.
Yeah.
Okay? He walked that entire trip.
Drunk?
Yes.
Walk?
You know what?
Didn't think to hitchhike. Didn't think to do anything. But here he goes, and he is completely hammered and gets to Brittany Point. I felt like the most horrible person in the world because I was the one that got him. But we did an Olympics where we actually had a police officer that was in there that had given us a breathalyzer. And so me and Shay Fox, who was the DJ at the time, who now works for Rocket 95.1, we were Team America. Billy and some of the hockey players were Team Canada. Yeah. And then we had this random guy that was in the bar that was from Vietnam. So we had Team Vietnam. That was just a random thing. But every time we would do drinks, which was stupid because when you do a breathalyzer, anybody knows how the breathalyzer works, it takes what's in your mouth and, it works on time. Yeah. So we're literally blowing on the breathalyzers, which technically was saying that we were all dead, basically with the alcohol level that we had. But that night, we Team Canada and Team USA got destroyed by Team Vietnam. That was the fun thing about the bar. But then Billy Mack walked, however many.
Oh, man.
Did you find this out the next day?
Yes, and it was I'm trying to think who the coach was at that time, but that's one of the coaches that has come to me at the time and says you're no longer allowed to be the party director for my guys because it was like I can't make them. I had fun, but now I'm just as calm as Billy Mack and Glenn as far as that goes. But
that's so funny.
I was the ringleader for a lot of Havoc debacles that happened.
All right, speaking of drinks, we're going to say what we got, rate them, and then we'll go to a break and come back for a recap. How does that sound?
That's fine. I just don't know what I'm drinking.
Already?
No.
It was something about soul.
You're not walking
I'm not
wherever
walking.
you go. That's not my fault.
I'm just kidding. Something lemon. I don't remember. It was number 8. That's all I know.
The something about spirits or souls or something.
It was something. Lemon.
Fantastic. It's already gone,
good.
obviously.
Yeah,
What'd you
it's
get,
gone.
Alex?
I got the Sam Adams Breakaway Ale.
Sam Adams
Yeah.
Breakaway. Do you drink that like...
No. Normally I'm just a cut and dry Michelob Ultra person, but I think it's really good.
Out of 10?
Out of 10, give me an 8.2.
Okay,
I like
Laura?
it.
Probably an 8.2. I only like sour beer, so if it's not anything...
Yeah.
I always say things taste like college. Can I say that?
Oh, yeah.
So, I'll taste a beer and I'll be like, nah, that tastes like college. I'm not doing that. I've passed.
I've got some distinct taste.
Does that make sense? And there's some things that I'll be like, that tastes like freshman year of college.
That tastes like prison time.
I don't think that. So, this does not taste like college, and it tastes great.
Okay.
What
I got a slushie. I got Fly Llama. Thank you for being a friend, Blanche.
Yeah.
9.5, it's a slushie. Unfortunately, we're at a beer house. I don't like beer, so I'm very, very, very picky. This is the good side of college. This is the part of college you remember.
Oh, yeah. What she's got, I did taste it, and that could be dangerous if you drank too much.
Oh, yeah. I could drink
You don't
4 of these
realize-
and have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You'd be walking like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clay, did you get a pizza?
I got a pizza that's like a meat lovers, and then I had a French Canadian Diete Coque.
Oh, exquisite.
And then Chad got us the captain that me, Laura, Alex,
We're all
possibly
gonna
Tim
try.
are going to try.
I've already tasted it because I'm hungry.
Same.
It's very good. I've had 3 pizzas here. This one's pretty good. I can't complain.
They look amazing. I'm ready to.
It's got.
Yeah, please do cut in, Alex.
Go ahead and get a piece. It's got Italian sausage.
Get a slice here.
It comes with mushrooms, but we didn't put mushrooms on it. It comes with cheese curds,
sorry.
mozzarella cheese, and they have a house made, like their base sauce is a figgy piggy sauce, and it's actually really good. So can't complain.
I'm very excited to try this.
So,
Oh, wow.
Alrighty.
Before we go to a break, do you have much time for one piece?
For one piece?
One piece, yeah.
For what?
Not a one piece of pizza,
The
but
show?
Oh, for One Piece?
Yes.
I love One Piece.
I remembered that from the episode that you were on. So
Yes.
I didn't know how.
So if you're caught up, you're in the 1100s for episodes. So this anime has been going on since the 90s.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. I have a couple anime tattoos, so that's on the list for sure. But I'm just enjoying the ride. It's a lot of people try to spoil it because they read the manga, which is the Japanese comic books, and they post online. So I've been trying to avoid spoilers of what's to come, but they're moving on to a new island, which is good. Hopefully, we're probably a year or 2 away from the conclusion of this entire series. So
Are
I'm
you gonna
excited.
be sad when it's over?
Yeah, good part of me is because it's something from my childhood.
It'll be your comfort show when life is just sucking for that day. You just go put that on, and life is suddenly.
I wish I'd have known this back when I was introducing him. Now introducing, anime extraordinaire defense
counter-terroristic.
He'd have
Yeah.
drone guy.
He'd have to come out on the ice like, "Rah!"
Yeah, with one of those samurai sticks.
I do remember you had applied for Secret Service like twice. Did you apply again?
No. I'm at the point where I'm happy with the job I have.
Yeah. I get it.
So we're supposed to have Stu on the phone here. In a minute or 2, you want to hang on and talk to?
Yeah, it'll be fun. That'll be
yeah.
fun. And also, can't wait to get your input on last week.
Well, I would have loved, this week we had, the Carradine, the guy that played the main character on the Revenge of the Nerds. If I'd have known all this, I would have had the on the Jumbotron. I was like, you're getting beat by a bunch of nerds.
Oh, man.
We'll have it for next year,
Yeah.
for sure.
That's classic.
Alrighty.
Well, we're going to a break for a second or 2.
Some of this pizza. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
I've already dipped into it. It's pretty darn good. So you're joining us live for our first Reekin Havoc podcast show. We're at the Stahl Bierhaus here over in South Huntsville. enjoying some good food and talking about our favorite sports. So we'll be back in a few minutes.
If you'd like to find the way to a healthier, more flexible you, look no further than Stretch Zone, practitioner-assisted stretching to help you achieve your wellness goals. The Stretch Zone method will help you gently and gradually increase your active range of motion with an approach tailored specifically to your needs. From basic back stretching exercises to sciatic nerve stretches, give them a try with a free 30-minute session. Stretch Zone, locations in Athens, Madison, Huntsville, Decatur, and Rogersville. Visit them on Facebook or online at stretchzone.com.
There's always something fresh pouring at Das Stahl Bierhaus in Huntsville. Our taproom's curated draft list spans everything from local favorites to at least 3 authentic German imports at all times. Our bottle shop features a massive collection of over 450 craft beverages, as well as gluten-free and non-alcoholic treats. Check out the coffee house for a fresh breakfast, midday meal, or family dinner. Das Stahl Bierhaus, 7914 South Parkway in Huntsville. Open 7 days a week. Das Stahl Bierhaus, the official away watch party spot for the Huntsville Havoc.
Got something to say? Put it on a t-shirt, or hoodie, or apron, or even an iPhone case. Just go to daddyoscustomtees.com and make it happen. Look through their selection of ready-made designs, or make one of your own. Check out their special hockey designs, too. With Daddy O's Custom Tees, you can truly have it your way. Look for Daddy O's Custom Tees on Facebook, follow them on Twitter or Instagram, or go online to daddyoscustomtees.com. That's DADDYOS Custom TEES.com. Daddy O's Custom Tees. They've got your back or front.
I'm Austin Alger, and you're listening to the Reekin Havoc podcast.
We're back at the Das Stahl Bierhaus for our Reekin Havoc podcast live tonight. Just got us a few bites of some pizza, and we're being joined by another special guest. We've got head coach Stu Stefan on the line somewhere.
Yep, how we doing?
Hi.
Yeah, I'm here, yep.
You're here live, not only with Freak Daddy. This is Laura, and you've got Catherine over here, but somebody else that might want to say hi to you.
What's up, Stu?
What's going on?
Oh, man.
Figured out who the voice is?
No, he's got no clue.
Yeah, it sounds like Posa.
Yeah.
That was a killer thing to say.
I've been hanging around with him too much. That's probably what happened.
He's a former nerd that played with you that loves anime and plays with drones.
Sometimes you get him to ref things.
Oh, killer. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Stu, they've got all kinds of pizzas down here, and I told them they should have one for you called the deli pizza.
Ooh. What would be on Stu's pizza?
Right, because they always screw up where you're from.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah, it used to be...
Instead of Delhi, it's always from Delhi. From Delhi, Ontario.
Yeah.
Stu, if you had a custom, like the coach's pizza, what would be on your pizza?
I don't know. I'm kind of just like almost like a supreme pizza. Just get some meats on there, cheese, and then green peppers, onions, just kind of simple like that.
Okay. So tell us, we thought we'd bring Killer on, let him chat a little bit with you and stuff, but we're going into this home stretch. You guys away stretch. I mean, it feels like a home stretch because you guys aren't going to be here. Yeah. Like we're in the waiting for the 20th to get back. But you guys are headed up now. Have y'all left? What is the ITA? How is the traveling going?
Yeah, we're leaving here shortly. We're headed up to Peoria here for the weekend. Obviously got 2 in Peoria Friday, Saturday, and then head over to Quad City for a game on Sunday afternoon too. So, yeah, we'll take off here shortly and then get there tomorrow. Have a practice tomorrow early afternoon, and then get checked into the hotel and kind of relax, and then get ready for the games this weekend.
What have you guys kind of worked on? What's kind of been the mentality or the the conversation in practice this week, getting prepared for the coming weekend?
Yeah, I think, yesterday was just a lot of just battle and compete and, just trying to get our competitive level and spirit up, and just trying to, push the guys to, obviously, like, we need to start winning games. So I think a lot of that starts in practice. Just a lot of our habits and details just need to be, kind of reestablished a little bit, and just, making sure we're focusing on those things in practice. So, today again was a lot more, it'd be a lot more of our system stuff. But like I said, it's having the focus on, again, having good details and good habits, and, kind of executing every single time. It can't just be every once in a while. It's got to be every single time.
Yeah, Stu, that's Freak Daddy. I would say probably in the sports world, as you're going into this, the Havoc have not played the greatest on the road, but I think this could be a very important stretch for your team, and the fact of you're going against up the top teams, you're going against the road schedule. This can kind of be a gut check situation to really find out, and motivate the players and be like, it's up to you now to find out who you are.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, like I said, we haven't been the best on the road this year, but I think the next couple of weeks here we're going to be on the road a lot, so it's also a good little team bonding, building a little bit too. Again, we're going to be hanging out with each other quite a bit here over the next 2 weeks. We're not really going to be home very much, so you get away from get away from everything and just kind of be able to hang out with each other, go to team meals together. Going to be at the arena a lot together, so I think from that standpoint, I think it's going to be good for the team. And then obviously being on the road here is we got to find a way to show up on the road a little more. I think at home a lot of times we have a lot more battle, compete, physicality in our game. So we got to find a way to replicate that on the road here coming up.
Now I know that Saturday's game didn't go anyone's way. We were all frustrated with it. And I'm sure the team was pretty frustrated for a lot of different reasons when they got back into that locker room. As coach, trying to kind of keep all that together, knowing you got to prepare for the next. Kind of how what was your kind of role? What were you kind of going in there focused on with the team? Because I know it was a tough one.
I didn't really, I went in quickly after the game and just, basically said that's not good enough. Again, when we have a 1-goal lead with 2 minutes left, we have to be able to close those games out if we want to be a championship team. So, just really letting them know that again our play was not good enough, that night, and it's got to be better moving forward. And obviously some of that came with some roster changes. We're gonna have 4 new guys in the lineup this weekend, so that's also part of it there. So again, we gotta make sure again we're able to obviously get those leads and then be able to close out games as well.
Alrighty. Alex, you got any questions for him so far?
No. It's exactly what it is.
Do you have a good Stu, story?
Good Stu story?
Like a good one. Like a good one that, no one was, that you could tell with him on?
No. I'm not. No, I like Stu. I don't have any bad stories about him. Whatever happens is private, especially with the guys on the team, coaches. No, it's good. It's good to hear that they're back to competing.
Yeah.
Because it starts in practice, like Stu said. If you can't put out the product you had on the ice and not expect to go out and try to be a more physical team, be a more motivated team. And as Stu said, it's what happens. 4 new guys in the lineup this weekend. And they're hungry.
Can you tell us a little bit about those 4 new guys that are coming? Because, one was just signed today, I think.
Obviously, we made the trade there. Got a younger guy in. He's a rookie. He was a kid we actually tried to recruit this summer. Obviously chose Pensacola, but we're able to pick him up in a trade, and he's just a guy that brings really good energy. Brings a little more speed to our lineup, a little more skill to our lineup, but he's also got a little bit of I would say jam to his game too. He's not afraid to make stuff happen. If it's either getting on the score sheet or again he's going to finish some hits and kind of create a little bit of chaos as well. So it brings a little different dynamic there. And then we just signed a young guy out of college today. He came highly recommended. Again, plays a good 200-foot game. Supposed to be really, a smart hockey player, which again, sometimes you need that too in those situations. And then, a couple, and then obviously, it's been announced, but Connor Galloway got released, so he's on his way back. And, he was putting up a lot of points for us, when he was here. So we're excited to get him back in our lineup, and hopefully he can, kind of pick up where he left off there, kind of, chipping in on the score sheet for us.
Hey, Stu, I know that in previous years, and I think you talked about the college guys, I know the SPHL had some rules in play where you guys can recruit and get some of the college guys to come in and not have to necessarily cut any of your current players, let them sit and have some 3-game tryouts. Is that still the rule that's in play with the SBHL? That if this situation you bring somebody in, you can kind of set someone down for a little bit and not get have to cut them to bring in the college guy?
Yeah, that's exactly, the college player came in, he signed a PTO, so it's a 5-game tryout for him, and then at the same time, so we're allowed to have an extra guy around. So, in the 3 games this weekend, we're going to have one guy that's going to be scratched sitting out of the lineup, which is, it creates a little more competition for the guys. If they want to be, in the lineup and winning games for us, then, obviously it pushes them to play better as well. And then, the new guy obviously coming in on that tryout, again, it's exactly what it is. It's just tryout for him to see kind of what he has, and we think he's got some really good potential. So again, he's going to have to come in and show it, and so it's a good way to bring in some guys and create that internal competition as well.
Yeah, one of my favorite motivational speeches, and I know Stu, you may not, but I'll have to send it to you. But it's Bobby Knight, who coached for the Indiana Hoosiers basketball, and it's one of the best speeches where he comes out and talks about it. And he said the best motivator is, and I'll clean it up because I always get in trouble for dropping curse words. It's kind of hard though here at a beer place, but he says, butt meets bench, yep. And he says, and butt speaks to bench, or bench speaks to butt, motivates, and he goes through the whole process of that's the best motivator. And I think when you talked about, as a coach, that's one thing I've noticed in my time. I'm not, when you've been around the pro side of it.
Yeah.
Some coaches are different, but I think Stu and I think Glenn had the same thing where it's like when you're a pro, when you've screwed up. When you've made the mistake. So coming in and flipping tables and getting mad, and because you don't have to say anything because they know there could be somebody coming in.
Did you feel that way, Killer, when you were playing?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he talked about earlier, like how, you're here, you're getting this, and you're like, am I going to get traded or am I not? That's all the reality side of it. This isn't, you didn't sign up for this. This isn't, Pee Wee Sports or whatever, and you get to play through the season. It's like, if we need to make changes, we're going to make changes. So I think they feel that. Jokingly, and this was, we were talking about, I was sitting with Glenn and Stu and all of them the other day, and, I'm the one, I wouldn't do very well. I wouldn't be liked because I was like, I got an idea. We got 7 games. If they don't win 5 out of 7, no family or girlfriends get to hang out with the players when they come back home. And they were like, oh, that won't work well at all. And I'm like, just little motivational things of how you can go and get them fired up. But I think it would be, I wish you guys the best of the luck on the road as always. But I think you go and you beat Peoria. You get some of those road wins that could be good confidence builders, and I think we'll be fine.
Peoria's going to be out for a little blood this weekend because they didn't have a good.
They also got swept.
They got swept at last weekend too. So
Oh, there's nothing better to go up there and shut up their fan cave and all that kind of stuff. That's the best. It'd be the best. So we're cheering for you, Stu, and hope that everything works out and you guys get to bond and come back with kind of the team that you kind of started out in the season, kind of get a reset.
Yeah, 100%. That's kind of what we're looking for too. So yeah.
Well, thank you so much for talking with us, Coach. We appreciate it, and we wish you luck this weekend. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Don't work them too hard.
No, do.
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
It's always
all right.
It's always fun to catch up. Thank you again.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem.
Stu's good. There's no bad stories about Stu. Stu is, you could tell when he kind of came in, as I kind of watched the progression of coaches and people. You could just see Stu and Glenn were kind of cut of the same cloth kind of thing, and you need that kind of cool, calm guy that kind of rides the ship but really knows the players to pick and get. And Stu and Glenn both, I think that's been the success of the Havoc, is just knowing the players, the culture, and then developing a culture enough to where they don't really have to. I remember Glenn and them talking about it when it got to the point with Tyler and Cy and all those. It was like Rob, if a player was out of line, Glenn and them didn't have to cut anybody.
Oh no,
the players would cut them.
Oh wow!
And and that's when and I think that's what was the beauty of that. The team that was winning all that stuff or whatever, they had that culture going in to where it's like if you bring the right people in, if somebody comes in and they're a clown and they're not willing to put in the work and they're not doing that, they will stick out like nobody's business from that knit group. So,
oh yeah.
Well, for Killer, for your perspective, you were here when people got cut and your buddy left, and then you got a new guy the next day come in.
Oh, yeah.
How is that culture like with you guys? Like meeting someone new, and you know you got to figure out their line and all those things, but then your buddy's gone.
Yeah, it is the beauty of being a hockey player and the hockey culture. Like, guys coming in, they're going to be brought in, and they're not going to be not a good person, right? Like, they wouldn't be on the team if they weren't a good person. So it's just, honestly, it's just getting to know someone. It's just like going to school for the first time and meeting someone and getting to know them. So, my second year, I fought a guy in Macon, and then 2 days later, he got traded to our team and was my roommate. So,
I remember that
story. Tucker. He's still a good friend.
That's awesome.
Who won that fight?
Oh, he did.
I think the word Alex may have used was ragdolled him around.
Yeah, he put me in a headlock for about 50 seconds and then just dragged me around.
Not doing this again.
That's funny.
Alrighty, well, everyone's plates are empty.
Now that we got Stu off the phone,
okay,
do you want to do the recap with Alex now?
We can. Do you want to do it now or take a break? Let's take a break. I need another beer before we do the recap.
Oh, Lord.
It was a long game. It was a rough game, was it not?
Yeah, it was.
We need to refill our beer glasses before we have this conversation.
It's not favorable.
We're going to take a break. You are listening to the Reekin Havoc podcast live at the Stahl Bierhaus.
For those returning from military service, the transition back to civilian life isn't always easy. Retired Marine Gunnery Sergeant Bill Cook talks about still serving veterans.
The mission of Still Serving Veterans is to serve and honor veterans and their families by empowering them to build meaningful lives. And we do that through connecting to fulfilling careers, getting the benefits they deserve, or the services that they need. We have never charged anybody anything for our services. A group of business leaders in town felt there was a need to help the seriously wounded make that transition back into civilian life. Employment services, VA benefits, and connections to other community services. That's what we do. If you're a veteran and you need help, please get a hold of us. Go to that website, ssb.org, and you can find out pretty much anything you need to know about still serving veterans.
In Huntsville, call 256-883-7035.
My name is Joel, and I came to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital in December of 1987 to be treated for osteosarcoma, which is bone cancer. We didn't know anything about St. Jude. We didn't know what they meant, or that, when we got here, what we would do, how it would be taken care of. And when we arrived, we found out that my family wasn't going to have to pay for any of my treatment, not for my medicine, not for travel, not for housing, not for food. St. Jude was going to cover all that. St. Jude supported me in every way, from, taking that financial burden off my parents to making sure that all of my family was included in this time. St. Jude literally means everything to me. I get to go home to my family tonight. I get to cook dinner for them. That's what you're giving. You are giving us everything by supporting St. Jude, so thank you so much.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
This is Brett Schaefer, the goaltending coach of the Huntsville Havoc, and you're listening to the Reekin Havoc podcast.
Okay, we're back. Our glasses are filled up. Mine is a little bit with some water, and we're back for a game recap from
about this weekend.
Past weekend of Havoc games. We were coming in on it was a 3-game loss. And then Friday with Macon made it a 4-game loss. And then the debacle that we all feel, or I feel, from Saturday made it a 5-game loss. So let us chit-chat a little about our stint with Macon.
So both games, 1-goal games. We outshot Macon 83-59. That's insane to me.
Over the whole weekend?
Yeah, and the shots each period were consistent, all 6 periods. Because that's how I am after a weekend. I love looking at that kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
That's my thing. And I just think, on paper, Huntsville is Huntsville is a much better team. Like, the skills that are on our roster is insane. So those were just, I'm not saying that, they were robbed or anything like that, but they just, I have gotten to where I'm not, when I was growing up playing rec ball, if I lost a game and I was 12 years old, I was crying. I'm an adult. I don't cry. Saturday night was the closest I've ever come to being like, that was the worst thing I've ever seen. I might cry right now. Like, I was sitting there just jaw on the floor.
Yeah, it was a pretty tough game.
Oh, my God.
In the 20 years I've been with the team, that was the hardest loss at the end. But, and I'd like to get your perspective on this.
Killer's on it.
No, but I'm saying just
look on his face right now.
Because I thought that, I think what set it up, it felt like we were turning the corner.
It did.
More of the letdown than it was just the...
if you had tuned in earlier that day, we'd been on Tailgate Talk. Mm-hmm. We'd taken over, and we'd had Stu and a couple players come on, and they really focused on, we've got to go back to the basics. Mm-hmm. We had our morning skate, our practice was... they weren't saying it was a come to Jesus meeting, but I had the feeling that there was some come to Jesus in that part of the rink.
Yeah.
They seemed like they had gotten back into a mindset, and when they came back on the ice, I said, and I was watching it from home, so you were in the stand, so I was listening to the commentary.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Yeah, I was at home Saturday night. They were playing fast. Pucks were going where they needed to. People were hitting their marks. The lines were clicking. So you're right. It was like and I remember my husband texted me and said, well, I guess whatever Stu said really worked, whatever that fire was. And then you get towards the end, and, we have they get a goal in, and, it is what it is. Maybe it shouldn't have happened or whatever, but then we get to the end with the interference and the goal, and Brian Wilson's, if we'd had 5 more minutes, we'd have seen a goalie fight. I'm convinced if there'd have been 5 more minutes in that game. Killer, what are you thinking, especially from a reffing perspective?
Yeah, So first off, I've never in my life seen Willie get that mad. Never. He's a very calm individual. And especially in that. So, and it was completely warranted. So if I remember correctly, the second goal was essentially the same thing, where player skating, tangles up with the defenseman, falls, hits Willie, second player from Macon coming in scores. That is the definition of goalie interference. The goalie does not have the chance to make the play. Whether they argued if our defensive player caused that to happen, it was maybe on the second one, definitely not on the game-winning goal. No shot. The guy didn't step on the stick. He created body contact with the defenseman. The ref made a drastic mistake by saying that was a good goal. And it's not for lack of watching video evidence, because they do have cameras behind the net. It was almost, it just seems like he wanted to get out of there. That's my opinion, because realistically, if you're a referee, that's heinous. It just seems like you went blind for 4 seconds and then didn't want to look at the evidence.
And there was no review. Why?
That was criminal.
We have this technology.
Criminal.
And you can say that.
Yeah, true.
They used to have, and I don't know if it's still the same thing. I know, at one point, we had the reviews. For instance, we had the goal cams that when UAH hockey was playing that shot down below, but it had to be approved before the game. Because say, for instance, if a team doesn't have the review at their barn and they didn't have the camera angles, because I think they've gotten better. I think most of the league has that. But it used to be where, our broadcast with 4 or 5 cameras, they'd have one that was just panning this way. So they would look at it like it was I don't know if that's still the same thing, but I have seen that to where there have been games this year where I've seen them go in, look at the review, look at it, and I've seen some where they never.
Right.
So I don't know if that's,
the craziest part about that, if you had one camera in the broadcast camera, you'd still be able to make that call.
Yeah.
I was sitting at home an hour away, and
yeah. From the angle, he ran into him exactly the same way from the angle of the camera, and then second guy comes in, taps it in. Somehow it's a good goal.
So I sit behind that goal, and I'm actually glad that to have a player/referee's perspective is because they were saying no goal interference, and from what I have read, it was only if the player shooting makes contact is that goalie interference. But you're saying no.
No.
And I am glad I got that clarification because I needed that.
The goaltender has to have an opportunity to make the save on a shot.
And he was outside of the crease on the other side.
If the guy that ran into him would have scored, good goal. Because he had an opportunity to make the save,
right?
And then ran into him afterwards. The fact that the second person that came in scored the goal, Willie did not have an opportunity to make that save.
Right. Okay.
Textbook goalie interference.
Okay. Yeah.
Because if not, that would be the play. Right?
Yeah.
Hey, you go in, take out the goalie, and then you come back in the back. Brilliant play. It'd be like a football play.
Right. So that's what I was thinking.
The thing that was so weird for me was when you looked at it, and I'm not the hockey, but I was looking at it, and like even like even the Peoria people and different fan caves were all chirping and doing their little trolling of all that kind of stuff. And I was like, I usually don't go in, but I did go in on this one, and I said, first person I've ever seen get tripped that slid feet first.
That was it.
Oh my gosh, I saw that.
Because he's coming, and he literally his feet go in.
Yeah.
The guys behind him, our guy doesn't pull him. Now he did slap at his, kind of at him with his stick a little bit, but it wasn't enough to cause him to fall.
No.
So it was really I think it looked like to me like he was trying to stop himself and then couldn't. I don't think he intentionally slid into Willie.
No.
I just think it got to the point where I'm like, oh, and he starts to come down. He slides in, and like he said, then Willie and them are all tangled up. One of our guys tries to fall on the puck to stop it, and it goes out, and then the guy gets it and shoots it in. So like they're completely out of the play. So that was I kind of with you. I was like, okay. He didn't have any shot to do this, and like I said, I've always heard like the first goal that everybody argued about. I think that was a pretty legit goal.
Yeah.
That people were arguing about it, but it was like, no, he was there, and it was him. Not like I said, that's what I've always heard. It's like it can't be the second because that'd be all you have to do. Just say, okay, we'll go in
and take him out, and
act like
come
you're
right
falling, take the goalie out, and then if the puck comes, heck, if I was a player, that'd be a play. I'd be like, hey, let's do the switcheroo or whatever, and come in.
And a lot of the chirping too was they missed a goalie interference call on Lindsay. That was one that kept coming back that night. Was something had happened over there for something, and that he should have gotten a penalty. So then you see the chirping of, you didn't, they're missing penalties all the time. You get what you get, but...
I mean, there's a huge difference between a penalty and then a game-winning goal with 1 minute left.
Yeah, it should have been reviewed. So from your perspective, both, I guess, from the referee side or even as a player, does the SPHL, do they have a responsibility to, look into these things? From your opinion, should they?
I don't think they have the resources to actively look into something, especially during the fact, yet alone after the fact. It ultimately is the responsibility of the referee. And when they put those skates on and those stripes, they are essentially making sure that there is an even and fair game. And that goal at the end was not a fair call because there's a minute left in I would say, a pretty crucial point in the season. There's
100%.
38, 40 games played, and points mattered. The difference between second and fifth was, 2 points going into the weekend?
Yeah.
That's a very crucial point in whether you get home ice advantage in the first round of playoffs or not.
Yeah.
And like he said, this is the part where I struggle because I know the behind the scenes.
Right.
So, like the fan, who you don't want to knock the fan.
Right.
The fan is putting them on a pedestal that's even higher.
Yeah.
As much as we look at the players, this is the only step up from this is doing high school, or I don't even think they even get, it's probably harder to even get to some of the college hockey level than it is to get to the SPHL. So they're learning, and you will find out that they will review afterwards, and the officials will talk, and they'll do things. But I've been blown. There was I won't even say the referee. There is one official's name that went through the Havoc and went through the SPHL, and he made it to the NHL.
Oh, wow.
He was single-handedly the most hated, worst official, according to everything I have seen and everything in the SPHL. But he became an NHL referee, and it was because he was consistently bad. So they were like,
got rid of
at least he's the same.
Yeah.
So some consistency was the thing. But I think that's the part where you got to look at it as like, they're not paying those guys. If we're paying hockey players a lower amount that you would think, the official that,
Imagine.
he's just coming in and like I said, doesn't excuse it. But that's kind of, so you're wanting to have it reviewed. Yeah. It's probably not as deep as you're going to make it.
And I think that's the issue that a lot of fans struggle with.
Yes.
And we saw that, if anyone who's listening is a part of our crazy fan caves and Havoc hardcores. I mean, we all have good followings on our Facebook groups, but that was the biggest issue, was just so upset and mad at the ref. And we all know, but there's nothing we can do about it. And we just have to bounce back from it and hope that this next road stint, this did something, turning point, brings them together, and they're going to finish the season out. We're going to go to, unless something crazy happens.
You got to knock on wood.
It's the balance that you have to do. And me being from, like I said, I've never played hockey, but done from the marketing side of it, the management side of it, and everything. You have to look at it and I know you're a Bama fan, but it's like one of these situations where, this area is spoiled.
100%.
If you lose, it's just we never lose around here.
Yeah.
Where it's like in hockey, you're never going to see an undefeated team.
Nope.
And then you have all these situations, and you have the fanatical person that you need to be that person. So you can't go, these people are crazy. I'm a Kentucky fan, so it's the same thing with Kentucky basketball. They're crazy.
Oh, yeah,
I'll no exaggeration. I came to the game. What game was it? We were doing the pickleball paddles,
right.
Whatever. And I had to come do something with the Havoc early in the morning, and I got there, and it was like noon. And there was people in line.
For pickleball.
And I'm like,
paddles.
Okay.
I looked, and I texted my wife, and I'm like, hey, there's people in line at noon.
I will say.
But it's awesome.
Yes.
But I'm also like going, there's nothing, I don't, outside of 10 grand maybe, would I go and stay and sit on a bench for hours to get. No offense, it wouldn't be a pickleball paddle.
I've had to sit for a very long time for a...
So, I did go early that day. I was not there.
Okay. But we love you. We love not saying I'm just saying it's
I
a balance.
was not there at 12 o'clock. I was at work at 12 o'clock, okay? I got money to make.
Yes.
We went at like 3:30 or 4.
Yes.
So, we were still there for a minute. It was, me and my family, we're big pickleball people. So, it was worth it. It's hanging on, it's going to be hanging on my wall that has collapsed, but that's a different thing. So we love them, and they're really
not
bad.
good giveaways.
It's cool, and like I said, and for me, like I look at it, like I've done the team for 20 years,
right?
And I've never got to the point where I come out of a jersey auction, and I'll talk to Tim on their show that they do with Tailgate Talk and stuff. When I leave there and somebody has paid $500 to $600 for my jersey, I'm floored because I'm thinking,
Your Melissa George jersey went
for $5,000.
Yeah,
but like I said, but it's that balance. That's the part that it has to happen. You got to get in line for the pickleball 5 hours before it happens. But when something goes wrong, you got to realize that just because you're so fanatical about it and you're just into it so intense, it's not that deep on their side. But that's a hard balance to do. And like I said, I love our fans. I love how crazy they are.
Don't look at me like
that. That sounds like a research project for me. Because people talk about those things. Like it's a proven thing about fan balances with groups, and fans, not their identity is so built into whatever that is that it's really hard in the moment, especially when you've got 6,000 people around you that are all feeding off of that energy to understand anything else other than that moment. And for our Havoc fans, it bleeds over into our social media groups, and it becomes a point of conversation, and it can be a little intense, but...
So every
it can
like I'm naming, if I have another kid, which I want, I'm naming him Killer because I'm such a big fan.
Exactly. Tattoos. You're gonna see tattoos.
I do appreciate that side where they're a little crazy enough, but I did a gender reveal for a family. Good friends. But
wow!
Yeah, I went out.
So you were the guest. You were the guest of honor to
shot a puck to do the gender reveal. So that was one of those moments where I was like, "Oh, this is awesome."
Yeah.
I'm loved enough, I'm enjoyed enough as someone that plays a measly little sport to they want me to be a part of their life like that.
My greatest story of the whole thing is, I came up and on my radio show it was Freak Baby, or I was Freak Daddy, Freak Mama, Freak Baby, and Freak Baby 2.0, right? So I had Wesley, he was the final version, but I had my 4 kids. Well, we come to a hockey game, and I'm excited. I've got, Wesley in my arm. He's maybe 1 year old.
Right.
I got my wife. I got Timothy, and he's, 3? And the fan comes up. I need to get your autograph. Okay, cool. No problem. I'll sign Freak Daddy. No, I need everybody's autograph. And I'm like, so I'm thinking, okay, well, Timothy can write his name. So my ex-wife now, but my current wife at the time, she's like, just sign Freak Mama. It's okay. Like, you don't have to. Nobody's going to steal it and go, get a bank account or whatever. And then Timothy signs it. And then the person was like, well, what about Freak Baby 2.0? And I'm like,
you tell me.
He's 1. He's not even 1 yet. He doesn't. He can't just. Well, just put a pen in his hand and you do it.
Oh no!
You might spit up on it.
Yeah, and I'm like, but I did it because I didn't want to be the jerk that says, "Oh, like Freak Daddy's a jerk." He didn't want anybody to say. But
was there social media back then? You might have been safe.
There wasn't as much.
That's
you had MySpace, but it wasn't. It wasn't as
You'd
bad.
been safe.
No, but sure. But yeah, it's an interesting thing. I love it. And like I said, not just disparaging.
Well, one of the things I think that impacts that, and it was an observation my husband made when we were first, I think we were ending in that year of going to the games back in 18-19 was our first real year. The fact that we can get so close to the guys. Mm-hmm. So it's not like being in the NHL where I'm the biggest Connor McDavid fan you will find. I don't care what team he plays for. I love Connor McDavid. I'm never going to get an opportunity to just wait after an NHL game and
get a picture
and get a picture or a puck or
you fake a Make-A-Wish or something.
That
might be the only way.
That's it. Like
that'd be the only way, right?
Yeah, I'm never going to have that. But with the Havoc organization or with the minor league SPHL, I'm gonna get a puck. I'm gonna be able to find you guys and get things signed. We were able to get a jersey signed for our kid for Christmas. And it didn't take a lot of effort to go. It did, but it was easy. And I think the ability for us to be so close and interact with the team has really ramped up that fan base because you are a part of our family in a way, because we can come eat pizza with you, right? We can come see you at things. But in the NHL and other pro sports, I can't even go to an Alabama college game and get those things, So I think that has really impacted some stuff for our fan base.
For sure, absolutely. Well, and I think it was sports in general. I think we all love sports, and I've been a fan of sports since a kid. But you live vicariously through the team. If life's not going the way that you wanted to, hopefully your team is that. I think right now the USA Hockey thing, I'm enjoying watching all that. But it's like, you get to see that, and I think that they have done a good job of, when you see it, like I love watching a video and you're in Miami and they're standing singing the national anthem in a bar, or you see them hugging the hockey's. That's the one thing too. Hockey's different. I will say in all the sports, football, baseball, basketball, all the ones I've worked with, hockey, no matter working with the Havoc guys, but also seeing some of those other ones.
Yeah.
They're the blue collar.
Yeah.
They're not going to, you rarely see any things on ESPN where it's like this guy's a knucklehead and he got the DUI and he beat his girl. You rarely see that in hockey. And once you get a hockey person, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be the person at the bar. They're not going to tell you who they are, but you probably would meet a Connor McDavid. You wouldn't recognize probably what he was looking like, and he's probably buying you a beer or high-fiving you, and you're like, I had no idea. Like, I think that was so cool when I watched I actually thought of the Havoc guys, because when I saw that the USA Hockey and they're standing up on the bars and they're literally lifting other fans up and putting their arm around just random people.
Wasn't
and
that
singing
in Miami?
In Miami, which you would never thought in Miami.
Pat McAfee paid that whole bar tab for them.
That was
of course he did.
I want to know how much that was.
He just didn't do a fan kick for the week.
He was like, everything is on me this weekend. Can you imagine what they...
Well, it's funny. All the people were saying, I just can't believe they weren't sitting in the State of the Union and all this kind of stuff. They just walked them in. I was like... Because they were probably still hungover.
100%.
Well, they wouldn't have had a place
for them.
We're
lucky they were standing.
Yeah.
That's why all the guys that have games that went to the State of the Union that have games tonight, they're not playing.
Yeah, right.
No.
Yeah.
Austin Matthews might not even play
They're
tomorrow.
still on an IV drip.
Yeah.
Connor McDavid's not playing tonight. So
when the Havoc won, which was the one, not the 2010 one, but the next one they had where they came to throw out the first pitch at baseball.
Yeah.
And I remember I won't call them out, but I remember I came there. I was sober, but I came there and I was kind of wrangling the guys a bit, and they were throwing the first pitch. And it was the first time in my life I ever stood next to somebody and was like, I smelled Fireball. And I'm like, you are sweating Fireball. I could probably drink the sweat and probably get a buzz with how drunk you still are.
Oh, my gosh.
But then perfect first pitch. I'm like, you guys are a machine. Like, this is great.
What were your thoughts on the game? Were we happy with? I mean, obviously we're happy with who won, but were you USA, Canada? That was like a good thing too.
I mean, I was rooting for the USA, obviously.
Yeah.
Getting the goal early was extremely critical because that gives confidence not only to the team but to Hellebuck. Hellebuck was criticized his entire career coming into this game for not being able to show up in big moments, and that probably played in his mind as he started to have the game of his life. I mean, 41 saves.
Yeah.
What do you feel about, since you're a hockey guy, I don't really care either way, but do you think they should keep Olympic hockey at 5-on-5, or are you okay with the 3-on-3?
Oh, I thought that was criminal. Okay. I thought 3-on-3 for a gold medal, it should be illegal.
Okay. Because a lot of people were upset about that.
I mean, it benefited us.
Yes, for sure.
It benefited us. 3-on-3 is, it always, especially at that level, even at our level, comes down to breakdowns, right?
Right.
In 5-on-5, it's a lot easier to mitigate those breakdowns. 3-on-3, one guy loses an edge, goes down, that's a 3-on-2. If a goalie kicks out a shot, like on a 2-on-1 back the other way, that's a 2-on-1 for them.
Right.
And as we saw, it helped the U.S. because they didn't have enough people on the ice for Canada to mitigate the issue, which was when you saw Jack Hughes push the puck past, I think it was Cale Makar, that was a broken play. And that's what led to them getting a 2-on-1 opportunity and Jack Hughes wide open.
Okay.
But Canada had the better team, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, they did, 100%.
Hey, don't be rolling your eyes. That's my guy. Those are my guys.
I'm just kind of quoting the.
There's a piece of information here that you guys, I don't know, you may know, because I mean, you've talked about it before, but do you know where the 3-on-3 started?
Nesby.
Yeah.
Really?
They try out
the NHL, even though they'll never admit it, the NHL pushed the 3-on-3 to be tried out in the SPHL, and then once they saw how the fans
disorganized.
Love it. The fans love it. It's a goalie nightmare. It's a hockey nightmare.
They hate shootouts.
But to have another boring 5-on-5 overtime in the fans' mind is awful. So the idea was, how do we test it? And it was electric. I mean, for the fans, because it does give you. I mean, you even in a real game, think of how many times you get a 2-on-1.
Yeah,
never in a real game.
Rarely,
but you get it all the time in 3-on-3. So that's the thing. It tried out. The SPHL was the one that tried, but the NHL will never give credit that it was tried out here because they want to say this was our idea.
There's also the rule now this year starting where in 3-on-3, if you enter the offensive zone, you can't take it past the far blue line or else they'll blow the whistle, and it's a defensive zone face-off for you. Yeah. It's also starting here, not in the NHL yet. Yeah.
See, I thought that was just me. I was like, did that rule change this year? Because I was noticing it. No. It's just in overtime.
Yes.
That's what I thought, and I was like, is it just me or is that new?
Yeah.
And now I feel better that I noticed it. Okay.
I think it started originally in Russia for the KHL's junior teams.
Okay.
And then the SPHL just said this year we're going to try it, and I like it because it promotes not a lot of ragging the puck is what they call it, where you can go back, you can get full head of steam, and then come in. It promotes being able to kind of use your teammates and cycle and pass and create picks, and I like it. The creativity is a lot higher when you have to do that.
When we were talking about this, kind of rewinding here, but we're talking about the officiating in that second game, a lot of whistleblowing in that one. 48 penalty minutes for the Havoc, but yet we get no suspensions, like everybody was afraid of.
I have a conspiracy theory, and I have the penalties pulled up because I was going to ask what we thought about it, but I think they were reviewing it and we're like, we did so bad on this. We cannot suspend those guys.
I was worried about Willie.
Exactly. I had my phone in my hand.
Taking this road trip without him.
Well,
would have been.
We'd have had to call up Zach Starry to come here.
Oh my God,
laughing about that.
I think you're correct that they reviewed the footage because Stu clips all the ones that he thinks are going to be bad, and he'll send them into the league to see. So I think realistically, that clipped footage probably showed Willie, who has no track record at all,
right?
Kind of losing it off a very questionable call. And
not questionable, just wrong.
Wrong call, exactly. Questionable is in the eyes of a neutral observer. So they're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. But I will say, if it was Reg, they don't like him. I know the refs don't like him. I've heard them say it, and
he's going down.
He has a track record. If that were to happen, he's easily
he won't be back to the playoffs.
As they say in the National Treasure, someone has to take the fall for this.
Well,
so.
Willie was smart enough. It was kind of funny. It reminded me of like a kid that got upset.
Oh, he was,
because you could tell he wanted to throw something. He wanted to take his helmet off, but then he's just like, just shaking his head.
Well, there is a video circulating out there in the interwebs. If you go into the fan caves, I asked a question. If you look me up, I asked a question about the refs on Saturday, and we had people comment, and it was good comments. It didn't get out of hand on mine, but there was a video of the ref cussing out Willie out there, and you can clearly see there's no need to really try to lip read what that ref said. And I kept thinking, I'd really hate for him to get suspended, and then your refs out there also.
I mean, I'm
sure
they don't have great language.
Oh, I've heard. I've probably heard worse.
It was nuts, But I think you're right. I think they realized, we really messed up on this, and no track record,
but
so
there was also there was the back-to-back fights, which Fries I understood mostly. I have brain damage, so don't mind my memory. It's true. But the second one, Lindbergh, and the Macon guy that doesn't matter.
Look, I was trying to give...
Like Lindbergh's first fight, I think.
I'm not even going to lie. I was trying to feed my dogs, and I was like, okay, Connor Fries is...
I'm wondering...
And then I come back in there, and I'm like, what? We even had 10 seconds between
it was literally like Connors and the other guys were at 8:37, and then Lindbergh's and the other guys were at 8:38. And I'm thinking, I wonder if someone was barking and the other guy said, okay, bite. And that's why that dropped so quickly.
If you saw in warm-ups, Lindbergh was at the red line.
The whole time?
He was chirping the whole time? Okay.
So I knew he was going to fight. I thought it would have been off the draw since he was starting.
Yeah.
Didn't happen. But
do you think that at that time of the game, because I came from just in sports, like my dad was an official. He was an umpire and did basketball, did football. He would always say, we're going to make bad calls. So if you do your whole game on one play, don't do that. You should have you always look back to what should I have done differently or something. Was those fights at that last little bit probably shouldn't have happened to put us in the situation that we got into. I know the previous night it was that way too. But
the fights themselves...
What timing?
Was it not still 0-0 at that point?
It was still in the first period, so...
I believe it was still 0-0. They scored the shift after, if I'm not mistaken. So, realistically, that's not a bad time to...
But didn't we have... But I thought in that one, towards the end, I thought there was some penalties that kind of...
Yeah, so...
At the end, I thought more not the fights, but the penalties itself.
The last, 4 minutes, Gio gets called for holding, and then he gets a misconduct for disputing, and I really... This was the first time I think that I've genuinely seen that and been like, I did not know that was a thing because they argue all the time.
Oh, yeah.
He may have said something wrong or the ref is in a bad mood, apparently.
He was MFing the ref is what I say all the time because you can't do that.
Okay.
But the holding call was, I'll tell you straight up, that was a bad call.
Okay.
It's another one, which I understood why he got there, but... That's also the first time I've ever seen Gio get that animated at the ref.
Right,
so
right.
It almost felt like tensions building up over the 4-game loss.
Yeah.
Getting, all the pressure of needing to win. He's an assistant captain. He's a leader on the team.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that I will never slight someone for doing that because realistically it shows passion.
Yeah.
And that's the type of passion that you want to take with you in the playoffs because in the playoffs, they're not going to call that holding call.
Right.
Right.
It could be the crucial decision to losing a playoff game.
Right.
So I like that, to be honest.
And in the second period, there was only 3 penalties called. And then the third period, the only penalties were after the game was over. I will say I was paying attention to Willie because as angry as I was, it was kind of cool to see him mad. Like, not cool to see him mad, but listen. And then I just so happen a linesman gets my attention because he's skating as fast as he can and basically tackles Connor Fries because Connor's going after somebody.
Oh, yeah.
And he has to, I literally thought he tackled him. And I was like, ooh. Because then he got a game misconduct for inciting an opponent and got a misconduct. unsportsmanlike and then inciting an opponent. So the fact that they didn't get suspended was an absolute miracle on that one.
I mean, like I said, Stu probably clipped that and sent it in, and they were like, all right, this just...
So I didn't know they did that.
Oh, yeah.
That the suspensions come or don't come from that.
I almost got a suspension my last year after playing Peoria 5 times in a row.
Shocker.
Because...
I didn't mean to do that.
No. Shocker, though. But yeah, it would have been the only suspension I ever had because I never missed a game because of a suspension.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, they just... And there wasn't any fighting or anything in the first game. I'm sure there was pushing and shoving, but there wasn't anything like in the second game. And I'm sure, like you said, it was like the buildup of 4 losses. And hopefully they'll go to Peoria and...
Yeah, but like I said,
aggressive and not.
It's gonna be.
It's going to be a bloodbath.
You
and
think
I'm already,
it was bad going to?
Oh, 100%.
It's much worse. 100%. And the worst part is, this is not even close to the Peoria that it was the last 4 years.
Yeah, that's what I've seen. That I figured that out.
Jean-Guy, the coach, is an absolute sociopath. I've never, as a hockey player, heard a coach tell a player on his team to go and jump another player, like out loud. Like jumping mean just go punch.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I still have a video of his son after being told to go jump someone. Off the draw, doesn't even care. Turn, punch. And first off, no penalty on that one, but then he ended up going down to Kyle Clark, if you remember him, and jumping him. Same shift.
Oh my gosh.
And this is
Clarky?
And this is a coach that told his own son to do this.
Oh my goodness.
That man is a sociopath.
Oh.
You can print that too.
Oh,
I can print that.
Hot off the press.
Okay. You heard it from Killer first, not from us.
Yeah.
I love it.
I think it is going to be an extremely aggressive weekend, but I think they need to stay out of the box. That's what, what is the word? Someone who is not, I've never played hockey, I don't know how to ice skate.
Yeah.
You know, that I feel like really hurts us. I mean, it hurts anybody, but like that's something that Huntsville's really
we pick our penalty moments sometimes at the worst possible moment.
Times. Yeah. So I think they need to understand that this is Peoria. They're just chit-chatting all the time.
It'll also, that exactly itself, picking your penalty times, or taking a penalty at a bad time with like 5 minutes left in the game.
Yeah,
right.
That separates you from being a championship winning team.
Right.
Or even attempting to go to a championship.
Right.
Because you consciously in your mind know how much time is left, and you're like, I can't take a penalty here. And hopefully that resonates with these guys playing these last, 15, 16 games.
Yeah, see, and at least this past weekend, Huntsville didn't take any third period penalties, except for after the game was over, but that doesn't count. So hopefully that means that, things are turning positive. They'll have a good weekend.
Well, we can only hope. That's all we can hope for.
We have power play percentages are equal. Quad City has horrible. Sorry.
Yep.
Penalty killing. I didn't mean horrible, but like.
Well, you can say it.
Yeah, you can say it. I don't like their
He
coach
just called
either.
somebody a sociopath, so at this point, anything.
Bar's high.
Bar's pretty high for doing that, so yeah.
Hopefully those new guys will come on and it'll just be like a
Lines
good
will click.
that we've been missing for a couple of weeks.
You're going to see the hunger. These guys coming out
I
of
hope
college,
so.
You'll see the hunger. And because like Stu said, it's PTO, it's 5 games. If you don't show up in the 5 games, you don't have a job anymore.
You don't get to
You just left
follow the
college
bus
for
back home.
no reason.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I just told Dom last weekend, because that's who I think of when I think of aggressive. I know that some people think of, other players, but for me, it's Dom a lot. And I told him last weekend, he just makes everything look so easy. He'll just flatten a guy and be like, oh, sorry, I didn't see you there, and just keep going. Okay. And I think that's what they need, is like just, because those guys, Peoria and Quad City, they're going to.
But I have to concur with you. They're not the same Peoria and Quad City.
No, they're not.
No.
From 6 years ago. It's a whole different thing. To have Quad City as low in the standings as they are is a shocker for me. Because when I first became, to me, a hockey fan, playing Quad City and Peoria we didn't care about Pensacola. Like, they weren't that good then. You know, it was always hated to see us have to play those other two. So,
and we still have the most goals scored of the whole league. and we still have, the best. We still have the least scored against us. Those are stats that I keep up with all season. I love doing that. So, those kind of things make me feel better. I know that it's not just paper stats. I know that.
Yeah.
But that makes my mind feel better. Is knowing that they are good. It's there. You've just got to make it click.
Well, I think we're going to go to a quick break before we wrap things up, I think. Yep. So you're listening to the Reekin Havoc podcast live. We're here at the Stahl Bierhaus over in South Huntsville.
Watch the Havoc live or on demand all season long via Flow Hockey. Just go online to flowhockey.tv or download the Flow Hockey app for your device.
There's always something fresh pouring at Stahl Bierhaus in Huntsville. Our taproom's curated draft list spans everything from local favorites to at least 3 authentic German imports at all times. Our bottle shop features a massive collection of over 450 craft beverages, as well as gluten-free and non-alcoholic treats. Check out the coffee house for a fresh breakfast, midday meal, or family dinner. Stahl Bierhaus, 7914 South Parkway in Huntsville, open 7 days a week. Stahl Bierhaus, the official away watch party spot for the Huntsville Havoc.
If you'd like to find the way to a healthier, more flexible you, look no further than Stretch Zone, practitioner-assisted stretching to help you achieve your wellness goals. The Stretch Zone method will help you gently and gradually increase your active range of motion with an approach tailored specifically to your needs. From basic back stretching exercises to sciatic nerve stretches, give them a try with a free 30-minute session. Stretch Zone, locations in Athens, Madison, Huntsville, Decatur, and Rogersville. Visit them on Facebook or online at stretchzone.com.
Hey, this is John Lounsbury, and you're listening to the Reekin Havoc podcast.
We're back with the Reekin Havoc Live, our first live podcast here at the Stahl Bierhaus over in South Huntsville. Wrapping it up, we've had a really nice conversation this evening with Freak Daddy and Killer over here, talking all kinds of hockey stuff. I've learned a lot tonight that I didn't know about when it comes to reffing. So, you know, if you ever want to stop flying drones, might know a league that might let you come be a ref.
For the same amount of money I was making as a player.
There you go.
Or less.
But we're kind of in the home stretch of the season. Playoffs will be here before we know it, and I will forever remember Tyler saying, second season starts when you hit the playoffs. And that is not too far away. What are your playoff memories you have?
I don't know. Obviously, making the championship.
Yeah.
Not winning it, but scoring in my last game ever.
Yeah.
That's a very core memory for me, especially with my dad there.
Yeah.
It was very nice. Other than that, you got to hate to lose. Losing in my first 2 years in the second round both times, it kills you.
Yeah.
Because you got to wait. That's another 6 to 8 months until you can start again, and then it's the following 5 to 6 months that kind of puts you in that same position. So, gotta hate to lose.
And last year we lost a little too early. I think that kind of left a bitter taste in some players and coaches. And rightfully so. We're, like you just mentioned earlier, we're not used to the losing. We have a culture where we expect it, and so being knocked out so early last year in the playoffs, I think, was not something anyone handled very well.
No, and like they said at the end of the playoffs last year, what was his name? Cole Cece, right? That goalie for them. He won that championship. He did. They should have given it to him and only him.
I agree with you.
Exactly.
As someone that played against him, he's a great goalie.
That's hockey. If you look at all the ones that have won, in the SPHL, if you got two goalies that are standing on their head, and if one comes in after the other one, it doesn't. We just watched the Olympics.
Yeah.
Not anything against them, but if they did not have that goalie, they would not have beat them.
Oh, absolutely.
No chance.
No way at all.
The game that he played. So it's kind of like a kid pitch baseball. Like you got 4 good pitchers that are 7 years old and kids that don't know how to swing, you're going to win championships. It's the same thing you can have a hockey if you got 2 good goalies that can stand on top of their head.
Yeah. We've got, barely 10 points between last place and second. So these next couple of weeks are going to be...
extremely critical.
Very.
Okay.
It could be catastrophic for the Havoc if they go and don't.
Okay.
That's what I'm
don't do it.
saying.
It could be, yeah.
I'm hoping that's not a grip your stick too tight moment for some of the guys. I know it's not for the older guys that have been there, but
Yeah.
for maybe some of these rookies, some of these guys that haven't played here, you have to understand, like, you can't be nervous. You can't be anxious. You can't grip your stick too tight. You have to play how you would always play. So it's just
Play your game.
play your game. The Havoc way is what they called it. It's the culture and the way that the Havoc operate.
Well, this is going to be an interesting season because now they've done the new playoff structure.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always argued, I'm kind of shocked that they're doing it.
Wait, which is?
They're going to do like 5 games in some of the situations.
Oh, they're doing 5 games?
Yeah.
I think the first round is best of 3, and then semis and finals are best of 5.
Yeah, because what they don't
Would've loved
realize,
that.
well, the thing is, though, it's the same thing. Now it comes back in, you've had the fans screaming for it. But what they don't realize is that, I think we've definitely talked it on Tim's show before, but it's not a lot. I say it every time because it's like you have to step out and look and say, if you're a road team going into the playoffs and you're not getting the home ice advantage, you're not getting money when you drive to Peoria or Pensacola. It's not like they're making $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a night. So you go on the road like the Havoc, the first championship season, lost money because they were not the top seed.
Yeah.
They were the lower seed in every single thing. And when you give me, it's like, okay, we didn't want to play at the Iceplex. So you had to play at what you had. So it was like, okay, you got a Tuesday. I don't care if you're the hottest team selling out every single game. You have a Tuesday night. It's empty.
It's empty. It's empty on the NHL game. I'll look around on a Tuesday.
Because people can't they have lives.
Yeah.
So this is going to be interesting to see how it helps or hurts the teams. Because like right now, Havoc are in third place, I guess, or could technically be tied.
We're on 4th.
Fourth. Okay.
Fourth.
You drop into that lower thing.
Yeah.
It's money that's costing you at that point. It's not just
Yeah.
whether or not we're going to win or lose. It's now we've got to pay more for travel. We got to pay more for stuff. We don't get a good night to be at home.
Yeah.
We maybe get the Iceplex or really don't make the heavy revenue. Then you're like, man, it's a different dynamic. It's like, yeah, the players are wanting to win and do their thing. Yeah, it's great, but you guys are getting,
in 5 games,
homemade sandwiches on the road because we can't afford to go buy the good meal.
5 games is great too, but it's got to be exhausting because the playoffs
back and forth.
That's it. The playoffs is such a boom, boom, boom. There's not really a lot of breathing, it seems.
I mean, especially with 4 days a week in between each round of the playoffs. I can't imagine going to 5 games in the second round, winning, and then say that a team on the other side went to 3.
Yeah.
And they've rested, and you just played 5 games. You're dead tired. By the way, if they had played all 5 and all 3 in the playoffs, they would have played 66 total games before the championship started. So
that's a lot.
Sounds awful.
Yeah. And we're playing, in March we're playing Roanoke, who is just below us, Birmingham, who's just below them, Knoxville, that's just below them, Evansville.
And Birmingham's been a thorn in our side. We may be a better team, but Birmingham seems to come through. So you're right, Clay. Things could be.
Yeah. It's going to be great or it's going to be really bad. I don't think there's going to be a middle road here. It's going to be, we're really excited. We're on fire. We've come back and done this. Oh my gosh, we're 9th place or 8th place.
Yeah.
It's like
they got to lock in.
Yes.
They better be isolating.
But once they make the commitment that it's going to be 5 games for those 2 series, then it's going to be like the NCAA. Well, they're not going to admit that they
messed
screwed
up.
Up.
Right? No, yeah, I was shocked by it, but maybe they think.
Have they ever done this before?
In the early days there were, but it was like I said, less teams.
Yeah.
The fan base was a little bit. The Havoc does great, but there's some areas that they don't have anybody. It's empty no matter what happens, right? So you go give them, a Tuesday night or a Monday night. It's like you might as well just shut down the arena and just play for nobody.
They're playing beer league,
and that hurts everybody. Right. And that hurts everybody. You think? I think the success of the Havoc helps other teams. Everybody goes, because they come in and it's like, all we got to do is shut them up. I always loved playing against the packed house in any sport that I was in because just do a couple plays and they'll shut up and they're silent, But you go to their place and nobody. Like how do you draw energy from nothing?
Yeah.
where it's like, it's interesting. It's like I said, kudos to you for the years that you played and stuff like that, and all the players, and it's I'll see how you do it, but you got to love it. You got to love playing it and stuff like that. But
I think that's when you get to a point when you know it's your time to not do it anymore. Like you just know after those grinds and all that, you're just like, I think it's time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that how it was for you?
Oh yeah. I mean, I knew it started the season. I
Yeah.
was like, this is it.
That's why you see the 3 years, 4 years. You don't see 8, 9. It doesn't happen.
I like Stu.
Yeah, right.
Reggie's been here 6.
Yeah.
So
Dom 5.
Yeah. So,
but those are ones that they're staying because they're the fan favorite. They've got the personality. They've got the it's just a safe position.
They're on a pedestal.
Yeah, not that they couldn't be cut, but it'd be really to cut a Reggie or to cut a back in the day to cut a Stu or a Tyler Piacentini would not have been a good move.
That would be a protest in the parking lot.
Right.
That would be very bad.
Yeah. Yes.
Alrighty. Well,
so games coming up. We
play Peoria this weekend and Quad City on Sunday. I believe.
I think
right after that is Roanoke.
Yeah, Roanoke.
Yeah, and then the next weekend is Knoxville and Evansville. I will be at those, so those should be. Knoxville scares me.
They have the wooden seats. Their arena looks.
No, I've been to the arena. I've had fun at their games, but the last one I went to. They were not nice.
No.
I also just hate the University of Tennessee, so I just don't like the city.
Yeah.
Nobody likes that yellow color,
So, and then Birmingham for a weekend.
That one's going to be a thorn in our side. I'm just saying.
Luckily, it's in Huntsville, so that's good. But then, who just said,
Little brother is just they're the chaos maker, and they're happy that they mess it up. I mean, Birmingham would be perfectly content to screw our entire
Their
season
announcers
up.
want to fight our fans, so
that's the way little brothers are.
I've looked for that announcer. I'm like, where are you?
Yeah.
Come talk to me, because who was it? Jacob and Guy. They went down there a couple of weeks ago. There's a reason. Not there's a reason, but like they've heard it. I've told them. I know I have. They need to be going down there because don't get me started.
We all
on
have
these announcers.
Are those the new announcers?
No.
Jacob and Guy are for us.
Jacob and Guy are,
the guy, whoever's doing the Birmingham, it's quite a point of contention.
There was like one time on the broadcast, he was like, and I'm going to take care of some of these Havoc fans here. I'm like,
yeah, I was at that game, and someone,
I think it was me. I texted
me a message, and he was like, these Havoc fans are just over the line. I'm about to go have a few words with them. She showed me. I stood up. I said, where are you, brother? Come here.
And all you're hearing while he's saying all this is just a crap ton of cowbell and let's go Havoc. So.
Oh my gosh!
So yeah,
it's a good deal though. 20% off here, so they come watch the game.
Oh yeah, for the away parties.
Yeah, we've got 6 stands here. You can come to the Stahl Bierhaus and watch the game and get some player pizzas. I mean, Chad's doing a pretty good job of asking the players to kind of create their own pizzas. So, Killer, we'll ask you this real quick: if you had gotten an opportunity to create your own pizza, what would the Killer have had on it?
It's not out of the question. Fully.
Don't look at me insane, okay?
Oh God.
It's a pizza I would regularly get in college all the time. It is a buffalo chicken pizza, buffalo sauce, mozzarella chicken, breaded chicken.
Oh yeah.
Here's the twist. This is
the sociopath.
Here's where
this is where my wife called me a serial killer. I would add corn.
Corn?
Yeah.
You added
No, like they had an option to put corn on, and I did, and then I just never stopped.
See, I thought you were going to say
in school,
pineapple.
you always had the pizza and corn.
I like pineapple on a buffalo chicken.
Love.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you were going to say, and I was like, that's not even
but
crazy.
Corn.
Yeah.
I also love corn. It's my favorite food.
Yeah. There's actually a very funny comedian, Speenberg, with Mike Speenberg. He talks about that, and he says that, pizza and corn was the school menu, and he says he's never ordered it, never seen it on any menu anywhere in the world except at prisons and schools.
Oh, wow. That's true, though.
Yeah, very true.
Killer, do you have something
So
to tell us?
it's very fitting someone we call Killer is considering corn.
The prison pizza. There it is.
Oh my gosh.
Pizza corn.
Okay, so
maybe Chad over here.
Maybe Chad will get a Killer on the menu. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Freak Daddy, what would your pizza be?
Man, see, that's what I'm saying. I like all the meat, but I'm very I would probably do like a super loaded, just all pepperoni, but obnoxious amounts of pepperoni and cheese on pizza. It would be like over like the shakaroni, like they have. That would be probably like you literally have lost money on this pizza because there's so much pepperoni. Freakaroni. There you go.
Oh, that's a great one.
Okay.
I may have to tell see if Chad.
We got a
I feel kind of slighted. I don't ever get any of the things that I've my jerseys have raised more than anybody on the team, and I've only been with the team less than Chaos. Chaos is the only member of the Havoc that's been there longer than me besides the owners.
Well,
so
I need a
Freakaroni.
You need a Freakaroni pizza, and then we need the killer special.
Somebody write that down.
Yeah, I'll go to Chad. I'm gonna go to Chad now.
Yeah.
I told Chad like I wanted to do that, or like I'm a big dessert guy.
Ooh,
and so I'm
Oh
from
my
Kentucky.
gosh.
So like one of my favorite is the whiskey bread pudding.
Oh.
So I told him, I said, why don't you make a dessert, do the Freak Daddy bread pudding or whatever that can be the bourbon and that kind of stuff. So
Nice.
Yeah. What
maybe
about you,
we'll
Laura?
What would mine be?
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be an Alfredo base, and it would have pineapples and jalapenos and all that kind of stuff on it.
All right.
Yeah, I like an Alfredo base. Thin crust, though. I am a thin crust pizza person. So, Tim, what would your
Producer
pizza?
Tim.
Oh, well, I'm with Clay on the meats. That's what I usually get is like a meat lovers. Except, I mean, I like Canadian bacon, but not
It's gotta be
quite
cooked-
so much. I
cooked
mean,
right.
I'd rather have like the pepperoni, the ground beef, the bacon. More like a bacon cheeseburger.
Pizza, right.
Ooh, bacon cheeseburger.
It's a good one.
None of the weird.
Not bad.
What would you
Not
put
prosciutto or anything. You don't want the weird meats. You want just the regular.
Just
like a hamburger
all
pizza.
American.
Yeah,
All-American.
that sounds
All American, Tim.
All
pizza.
American.
There you
What would
go.
you put on yours?
Mine would be actually Ethan Lindsay's is like super similar to what I would do. It's like chicken, pineapple,
Mango habanero.
mango habanero.
Yeah, teriyaki sauce is kind of the kicker on that one.
See, that's what I wouldn't do is the teriyaki.
I've had it, and I'm gonna tell you again. I will eat all kinds of food. It's very good. The teriyaki gives it a good flavor. So
I would add like capicola. I love capicola.
Yeah.
And then like bacon. Is bacon on his?
Bacon's on it.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Bits, yeah.
bacon and pineapple on pizza.
would you put corn on
all
it?
day?
Yeah, would you put corn on it?
I'm so sorry. I do not like corn. I like street corn. When
That's
it's like
still
in a
corn.
Well, like,
That is
Corn is
indeed
corn.
still
no,
corn.
I mean like
that's
no. I'm talking about
I
when
don't
it's
like tomatoes, but I love ketchup.
I used to.
Hey, you know what?
I used to not like tomatoes.
That's me. I'd rather eat the
You know,
ketchup and not.
I don't like
In
corn,
the-
but popcorn is awesome.
Yeah.
I do like pop.
She said she had brain damage. She already threw it out. I didn't say that. She said that.
No, I'm talking about like in the little basket, like at the street market, and it's like corn, but there's like a bunch of other stuff in it.
Yeah. So you don't like just corn by itself?
No.
You mean you're Southern, aren't you?
All right. Well,
I mean, in the South, and especially in the summer, our corn is smothered in butter and salt and pepper and
And if it's got mashed potatoes, you mix it all together.
all together.
I don't like mashed potatoes either.
Like
Oh
that.
man,
I don't like mashed potatoes either.
You
you are off the podcast.
So my dad
you
is
are
from
Northern at this point.
My dad is from Florida, so that's not the South, and his parents are from New York and New Jersey.
It's not
so like that's where it's at. I
Her,
think.
her seasonal vegetable is mac and cheese.
There you go.
I love mac and cheese.
There you go. That's it. Okay.
Well, they don't.
Killer, I will eat a pizza that has corn on it with you.
I'll try
I
it.
would enjoy
I will
that.
try
It would be
any day.
good.
As long
They
as I
don't
put
talk
mushroom-
like the South, but it is the South.
Is it though?
Florida?
Yeah,
Okay,
well,
this
it's
is not
down
like
here.
toward your dad or anything, but like in general, most people from Florida don't consider themselves Southerners.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are snowbirds.
Go to
They-
Tallahassee.
Yeah, a lot of
Okay,
them
that's
are
not
snowbirds.
Florida. That's
they,
Tallahassee.
They're
You ever
only
watch
living
Swamp People?
there.
What?
You ever watch Swamp People?
No, I'm a Florida
y'all
fan,
are
so I
more
can't
y'all
really.
are more rednecks than we are going out and
Oh, God.
killing some gators in Florida
Listen,
and
my
Louisiana.
dad's from like St. Pete, so I think he's from like a not good area. So
You
I
know,
don't
the only
think
thing
he-
I know about Florida is that all the crazy news stories come out of Florida.
and my dad would probably be one of them.
Like, there's always crazy news stories
Florida
going on.
man.
Yeah.
That's where the meme comes from.
Florida man did whatever. It's never,
Where they hold up the drive-through with the crocodile in the back seat or alligator in the back seat.
There's some crazy stuff that happens, so we'll give you a pass.
My dad is like 65 degrees out. He's in shorts and flip-flops. He's like, it's so cold. I'm like,
See, I'm the same way. My wife calls me crazy because I like to sleep in like 78 plus.
Oh, that's what we call in our house morgue weather. We keep it on the morgue.
Killer. That's what I'm saying.
Actually,
I like it warm.
Yeah.
I like. Oh God, I can't.
No,
I don't want to have.
like a morgue.
He can call sociopath.
I'm not a morgue. I'm the opposite side of the spectrum.
like
I started to say. He said 78.
Oh, I thought you said.
Oh my goodness.
No.
He can call people sociopaths because he knows what it's like.
Yeah.
This one.
78 degrees.
No, if you come in my house, it is a morgue, and it doesn't matter if there is a foot of snow on the ground.
It's 68. 68.
See, my dad
when
has
we
the heating
sleep,
blanket
now
on.
we keep it on.
No, it is
72
cold
today,
all the
so.
time.
That's so funny.
You are a very strange person, Killer. I've seen a different side of you.
The lowest it goes in my house is 71.
Oh my gosh.
And my wife has now learned to deal with it.
Oh my gosh.
That's my one, like,
It's the pass you get.
that's my, if I have to wear sweatpants and sweatshirt in my own house, that drives me nuts.
Oh, you're from Texas, right?
Yeah, that drives me
Okay.
nuts.
My dad has a heating blanket year round on his chair in the living room. And
Well, I mean, it is morgue status in my house, and there is always a heating blanket, and I'm always complaining that it is freezing, and I am never happy. But I can absolutely not sleep if it's not morgue status.
the only way we get the thermostat down in my parents' house is my mom talks to my dad, and while she talks to him, she's like, go, go, go. And I turn down the thermostat while he's distracted.
So I'm curious, if you have to have the room that warm, what did your roommates think? Like your house, like how did that go?
Well, I had a space heater in my own room. And when I'd go in my room and go to bed, I'd turn the space heater on, put it on high, and let it rip through the night.
The players would come in and say, "Hey, we're going in the sauna."
No, I mean, I would open my door. If anyone came in, they'd get hit with heat.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh my goodness.
My wife would be in heaven at 78. I mean, because she's cold all the time.
Yeah,
I've told her.
That's me.
I've told her. I said you would be cold in hell.
Oh my
How'd
goodness.
that work for you?
Well, all right. I hope my wife doesn't listen to that because that line's going to get used.
Oh my goodness.
That is too funny.
Just don't say that on your anniversary. You would be cold in hell.
There you go. That was the highlight of the night. Well, I've had a blast sitting here and chatting. Clay, Killer, thank you guys for sticking around.
Absolutely.
For the time and talking. I hope you guys had a good time. It was a lot of fun.
Our next live one will be March 18th.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
March 18th.
Highlights of the night: John Gee's a sociopath.
Yeah.
You'd be cold in hell, and I don't like corn, but I like street corn. That's the best.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Well,
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome anytime, especially to talk the logistics and the specifics. And so it's really nice.
I always have questions.
Yeah.
Always.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we always do. So.
And y'all were talking about this only going an hour. We've gone
I know.
2 hours and 3 minutes right now.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus.
I told my wife to pause Survivor at 7 because the new season started, and it's now 8:03.
Oh my gosh.
She's a trooper. I said it's an important job. I love Survivor. Watched it my entire life. Season 50 starts tonight. So she paused it, and she's been on standby for an hour.
What can we send home with you?
We got some pizza? We got some pizza?
Yeah, we got pizza.
No, trust me. I'm stopping for food for her on the way home. She made sure. She's putting me to work.
Well, we will be back here on the 18th.
Yes.
To chit-chat again. Not sure who we'll have on, but it'll be fun. You know, drink some more beer, eat some pizza.
I'm having that slushie again.
Catherine's going to have a slushie, and we'll find out some more cool things. So, Tim, you got anything before we click it off? No? Producer extraordinaire? Catherine?
Nope.
Nothing?
I'm talked out. My social battery is dead until next weekend.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
There's one thing you'll learn about me and Catherine. We're pretty honest about things, so we have a good time with it. So we, again, appreciate you guys. Good time. So for Tim and Catherine and Freak Daddy and Killer over here, who's living up to his name, I am Laura, and you've been listening to the Reekin Havoc podcast live here at the Stahl Bierhaus in South Huntsville. Keep reeking of Huntsville Havoc hockey, and we will see you next time.
For tickets, official Huntsville Havoc merchandise, and more, go to huntsvillehavoc.com. Visit our website at reekinhavoc.com. Look for us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and Threads. And listen, follow, and subscribe to the Reekin Havoc podcast on your favorite platform to keep up with the only weekly podcast covering the Huntsville Havoc, the Reekin Havoc podcast.